Keep you posted on that one. There's a tease for you right there. Well, anyways, where should we start tonight? Well, let's start with our opening take, which is, of course, presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. Well, a lot happened today, and I don't know, I'm sniffing it out. The Patriots roster turned over 41% of its roster on cutdown day. Think about that. 41% of the roster has been moved or changed, which means there has been a problem, there was a problem, and at least Mike Vrabel and friends identified that problem. But maybe there were two problem players on the team, and I never considered Kendrick Bourne a problem player, but I do remember years ago riding around on a golf cart, he made some comments about the new offense that they were initiating. And I believe he was penalized for it or was at least fined for it or missed time. He's stuck around now for a couple of years. And listen, I think we all know that Kendrick Bourne has some talent, but there were issues with him with false starts and at times just not being focused and ready. And really, health has been his biggest problem. He had an ACL injury at one point. Came back from it last year. But, how do you really judge a player with the talent that they've had? It's kind of the story of the night, right? They're turning over the roster. Maybe you were surprised Kendrick Bourne was stuck around, but in a way, maybe this was orchestrated. But when the Patriots had 8 wide receivers, you had to kind of question it a little bit, right? How the hell are they going into the 53-man roster cutdown day with 8 wide receivers? And 2 of them being Kendrick Bourne and Stefon Baker. Well, maybe they had something up their sleeve regarding that. Kendrick Bourne, given a roster spot, maybe out of loyalty. Maybe, knows the system, had a really good camp. He talked about being back with Josh McDaniels and being healthy. And at one point, I thought he was a lock to make the roster. Do you know when he got hurt? He got hurt on the season ticket holders practice. And we haven't seen him since. So the story we get is they give him a roster spot out of loyalty, and then he says he doesn't want to be here. At least that's one of the reports, right? So much for loyalty on that end. And then the Patriots had trade interest, according to Tom Pelissero today. So the Patriots tried to move him, kept him out of loyalty. Then he asked for his release. He didn't want to be here. And one of the only reasons why he was here in the first place is because of Josh McDaniels. Which, again, I got to bring up Josh having a problem with Josh McDaniels once again. It's like I can't talk about the Patriots without getting on Josh McDaniels and him being responsible for something with the team. But that's why Kendrick Bourne was here, because of Josh McDaniels and knowing the system. It was comfortable. So the Patriots granted Kendrick Bourne his request after they failed to finalize a trade that would have sent him to the Vikings. This of the Boston Herald today. Doug Kyed had it, Andrew Callahan as well. We're going to talk to Doug Kyed later on tonight in the show. We'll get his thoughts on that. And he had an interesting article yesterday regarding Drake May and his slow starts that I really want to hit on. So I guess the Patriots inquired yesterday about Bourne taking a pay cut. Bourne told them no. He was in his second year of a 3-year, $19.5 million contract. He had $5.5 million guaranteed. He requested his release. Then they failed to trade with Minnesota. I should mention that the Minnesota Vikings today traded and reacquired Adam Thielen. I don't know. I think I'd rather Adam Thielen than Kendrick Bourne, so maybe they thought they had a deal in place. Fooled again! The Patriots. Right? Maybe we'll get the Who song some night, Skaz. You won't be fooled again. They were fooled. They thought they could move Kendrick Bourne to the Vikings, and what do the Vikings do? They call their old friend. By releasing Kendrick Bourne, now they've created a $6.5 million salary cap space. More cap space. More cap space. They made a few other moves today. But at this point, I mentioned the two guys, Kendrick Bourne, the other, Stefon Baker. Yesterday, Stefon Baker gets mad, goes on social media, takes down all his Patriot stuff. We're all wondering why he's still here, and he's still on the 53-man roster. And, well, today they acquired two more players that we'll get into in a little bit here. And Jaylen Brown, psst, see you later, big boy. Here's what I'll say about, did I say Jaylen Brown? Stefon Baker. Here's what I'll say about Stefon Baker. I think he's got a lot of effort. I think the talent's there. His biggest problem is finish. He didn't continue to run routes, would jump in the air for balls. He has the talent. I think he's got the work ethic. I think he's got a mentality as well. He can't finish. And that's one of the biggest things this year for the Patriots, effort and finish. Maybe he comes back on the practice squad. I don't know where he ends up. We were kind of talking off the air about where would be a good spot for him. But between Baker and Bourne, I think the Patriots are better off. Now, did they lose two players or one that maybe kind of knew the system? And people did like Kendrick Bourne. And I think some people rooted for Stefon Baker because he made people in wheelchairs dance with his 0 receptions in his career for New England. But two people that are gone. And here they are now. I'll do the Joe math. Moving on from Kendrick Bourne and Baker, well, now they moved over 45% of their roster. They're getting closer to the 50% that they need to be. Should I also mention that no Patriots were claimed today off waivers? Now, some have signed elsewhere, if you really want to get into that. But nobody wants the Patriots players. And we all know this. I had a long time. I've written a lot of stories here at 98.5 The Sports Hub saying that the other team's trash is the Patriots' treasure. Today we found out the Patriots' trash is trash. And they have a long way to go to turn the rest of this roster over. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. The Patriots are in rebuild mode. Can you feel it? Because I can. I think it's becoming real to listeners. It's becoming real to fans, and I think it's even more real to Mike Vrabel and company. Temper your expectations for those who think 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, fine. I've been on the under 8.5 since literally the number came out. They don't have depth. Their roster's thin. Someone gets hurt, they don't have a lot of options. I'm rooting for the rebuild. I'm in on the rebuild. I do think they need to turn over their roster. But at the same time, I think we should all be tempering expectations. Again, 617-779-0985. We get Skaz here tonight as well. We'll get his thoughts. Red Sox in action as well. A bunch of things going on there. I might have to touch on that coming up in just a little bit. But the rebuild is on for the Patriots. We'll get into that on the other side. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the
standpoint, but also looking for ways to improve on the field. Today will be an important day for us. Just getting started here with the Raiders and the show team process and all that, and trying to get the looks that we need to try to begin the game planning and practicing some of that stuff.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, I'm Joe Murray. That was Mike Vrabel talking about the roster. We're on YouTube, everybody. Welcome back to YouTube. Sounds like people missed us last night. I got a lot of responses about the fire that we had that everyone's okay with. And why are we not on YouTube? So, if you would like to talk to the show and interact and be a part of it, tonight's the night. I won't be on the nights tomorrow and Friday. I have morning duty. I'll be in for Fred. So, you here tomorrow nights, guys, and Friday? Okay.
I will be on the Felger Mavs program Friday.
Oh, whoa. So there is no Joe show on Friday night, I assume. Is that the...
I believe we'll be doing a college football game on Friday night.
Oh.
Georgia Tech, Colorado is what I'm being told.
Okay. I lean Georgia Tech. Don't even know the line. Where's the game in Colorado?
Well, we're effing that.
Just eyeballing it. Deion Sanders, new quarterback. Give me Georgia Tech. Don't even know the number. But yes, we're back, guys. Joe, what's the logo on my shirt? The logo on my shirt tonight is Callahan Auto Parts. I make car parts for the American working man because that's what I do. And people are, it's from the movie Tommy Boy.
That's Zelensky Auto Parts.
But remember,
yes.
Zelensky was going to buy Callahan Auto Parts. And Tommy just sold 100 million brake pads.
Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
I feel like I should get a shirt with his eyes going, chicken wings. Anyways, that's what happened to the Patriots today when they were looking at their roster and they went, whoa. Whoa. And by the way, someone in chat already said Joe crushes the Patriots more than anybody but loves the Celtics. Well, I would just like to tell you that the Celtics were the best team in basketball for over 500 days and won a championship, by the way. So I don't know. I mean, if you know what? You're right. You're right, man. I don't think I was crushing the Patriots, though. I think I was crushing Kendrick Bourne for his loyalty because the Patriots showed it to him. And then he asked for a trade. And then I don't know what the hell was Mike Vrabel talking about today when it comes to the breakups and it's like the ex-girlfriend thing. What? This smelly. Whatever's going on there, I don't get it. He could have just said, we're moving on from Kendrick Bourne and Stefon Baker and Mike Epps. So, all right, guys, just leave it at that. Instead, he had to, what are you doing, Mike Vrabel? So, whatever on that. But the loyalty, that's why Bourne was here. It kind of bothers me. Like, they actually had him on the roster, but you know what? They made 2 waiver claims today. Get ready for the cutlets, baby. Tommy Cutlets. And I'm actually in on the Tommy DeVito move personally. I do think they need a third quarterback. He's also, played with other experienced veteran quarterbacks such as Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston. He's played with Daniel Jones. So say whatever you want about those guys. He's at least gotten the rub from a veteran where Drake Mays only had Jacoby Brissett and Joe Milton behind him. And maybe it's insurance if something would happen to a Josh Dobbs or even Drake May for that matter. So, I at least get it, but the rebuild of this roster is on. Like Mike Vrabel on the state of the Patriots roster, there are some moving parts. I feel great about where we're at. We'll continue to look for ways to improve. And I think they did that. Adding Tommy DeVito is a way to improve the team. We'll see, right? I read today from the Boston Herald, the biggest lesson from Cutdown Day. Though they're action and inaction, the Patriots reminded us they're very much rebuilding, which is fact. Do I think they'll be better? Yes. Do I think their schedule is favorable? Yes. Do I have higher expectations for Drake May this year? Yes. I still wonder about their defense. Can they stop the run? Last year, they could not stop the run. I think they're short at linebacker. Yes, they have added guys in free agency like Robert Spillane and Harold Landry, right? And guys like that. I still think they're short there. Right? Cole Strange gets cut. He's gone. How's the offensive line going to look? The two positions that the Patriots should be questioned the most when it comes to their draft and free agency, no doubt about it, is wide receiver and offensive line. And can you sit here today and tell me you feel good about those two positions? Sorry, I can't. One other thing. Charles Woods was claimed today. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up Charles Woods, played for the Rams, stretch, John Stryker, really knew the ins and outs of that team, probably liked the guy, but he's more of a special teams guy who plays gunner, which therefore is probably more valuable to the Patriots having him on the roster than Stefon Baker. But I will mention this because Skaz brought it up. When you have the fourth waiver claim and one of them is Tommy DeVito or a special teamer, like that's what you use that on, which... I mean, I guess we can look at some of the others and what they did, but they were fourth on the waiver claim. Oh, can I bring up one more thing? Jake's still here. I'm kind of curious what his thoughts are too. The Mike Vrabel talks about rats in the locker room, right? You know, what besides chicken cutlets, right? For Tommy DeVito, what's he most known for, would you say? Or like, Jake, have a seat. Get in here. Jake is our mediator. Some people will remember him. You can throw my bag if you have.
You're asking what Mike Vrabel is most known for?
No. What is Tommy DeVito most known for?
His agent, maybe?
So.
Sean Stellato there, I believe?
Rats in the room, huh? You want to talk about rats in the room and bring in that guy? Jake, your thoughts?
Maybe it was only about one person in particular.
Oh, so maybe it wasn't an agent.
Maybe it wasn't rats. The rat, singular.
Oh. Who do you think it was?
I think Vrabel was referring to the front office. I think it's
like Elliot
Wolf. Because who would it benefit? When all these leaks come out, you got to think who benefits from this. So, well, Elliot Wolf somewhat benefits if Polk goes on the IR because...
The draft class.
Oh, my second round pick, my wide receiver, the guy who was going to pair up with Drake May, well, he got hurt. It's not my fault. I couldn't control his injury.
So does Stefon Baker making the 53 initially help the 2024 draft class?
Yeah, absolutely. Helps his narrative.
Oh, rats. But again,
you got to be careful over there.
So him bringing in DeVito again, Sean Stiletto, friend of the show, by the way, from you know,
you didn't get him on.
We got our buddy Hooch. Let's just say that Tommy Cutlets, friend of the program, okay. But I mean, known agent, third string quarterback, rats in the building. Maybe you're right. Maybe there was one rat in the building, or maybe the one rat's on injured reserve or gone.
Just think about it. When you call somebody a rat, you're saying they're the opposition, or they're somebody you don't trust. So if this is a forced marriage between Vrabel, Elliot Wolf, Josh McDaniels even, and Robert Kraft kind of facilitate all of this, if you're Mike Vrabel, the rat is everybody who is forced to be with you. Not the guys you brought in, not the guys you trust in your inner circle. So maybe it's not Elliot Wolf. Maybe it's Josh McDaniels. Maybe it's Jonathan Kraft.
No.
Could be any of these guys.
No.
I'm just saying this is what happens when the Patriots decide that they're going to force these relationships onto their new head coach.
See, you did the off-air show today, right?
I did, yes.
I feel like the off-air show should have been you with a board, right?
We're figuring out the rat.
Yeah, yes.
Like the Sopranos style. In the
exactly,
FBI
like you know, a picture of Mike Vrabel, right? And then like maybe other previous rat, Bill Belichick, rat. right? Like just Ernie Adams, rat. And you like I feel like you need to kind of break them all down. Like Jalen Polk, is it his agent, right? And then here comes Tommy Cutlets now with his agent. Is he there to wipe out the other rats? Is he there to be on rat patrol? You know, like
Yeah, he's the exterminator, Joe.
I'll move on from the rat stuff, but I just found it funny that they brought in a guy whose agent is more famous than he is.
Oh, it's hysterical. It's hysterical. And it's
Has anyone else brought that up, or I'm just curious?
Too. Not like he's a,
Oh, remember the runway?
Lineman. No,
remember the runway for Drake May?
Yeah.
All right. I'll stop now. What are you doing here still?
I was finishing up uploading some videos to Dailymotion, our thing we use for the website videos. Finishing.
Oh yeah, we have this new thing, huh?
Yeah, go to 985thesportshub.com. We got great written content. We got the videos all set up, so you get them in the articles now. This all populates automatically, updates anytime a video's uploaded. So go check it out. 985thesportshub.com.
I have a question. Would you rather have Tommy DeVito or Joe Milton as your backup quarterback?
I think Tommy DeVito, at least he showed a little bit. Like, it wasn't great in New York, but at least he showed you something. Joe Milton, that guy just has a bazooka of an arm. It's not accurate. He hums that thing.
I would rather Tommy DeVito because I think he would know his role.
I agree with that, yeah, because Joe Milton's not going to run around the locker room and flaunt
I think DeVito would be a professional, and when he got the opportunity, he would try his hardest. I think if Joe Milton got the opportunity, he would be trying to win the job, and I don't know. Could he have been a rat in the locker room, and that's why they got rid of him?
Joe Milton could have been the guy who was always competing with Drake May. I think he would have went into this season saying, "Oh, you think you're the starter? No, man. I'm the starter. I'm going to win this job. I'm going to take it from you." And I think there was a part of that that's good. I think you need that guy to always keep him on edge and to make sure, because iron sharpens iron. So when they let go of Joe Milton and they say, "Oh, we're done with you,"
runway,
train him off, it opened up the runway.
Yeah, so maybe the runway was too easy.
Perhaps the runway was too easy, but this is what they've done. Even look at Will Campbell. They bring in a left tackle to compete with him. No, he's the first round pick.
Not yet.
Not yet. I mean, what are you waiting for? We're in September, guys. Football starts next week, and we're sitting here talking about not yet. But you better get off your ass and make some moves.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, at this point.
Heads are going to roll, Jake? That's what it's... you had a little panic in you right there. And this is what I was trying to say about, I think, our listeners who... there's some on vacation that are just ready for next week, right? They're just going to... All right, let's say Raiders, they should win at home, right? Like that kind of thing. But then there's people who are following the team, and they're like, oh, boy, the roster's not as good as we thought it was.
I've been saying this since we've had this conversation. The Patriots, I think, are closer to a 6-win team than they are to a 9-win team. I think they're more likely for 6 or 7 wins. That's my prediction. I'll say 7 wins. And I would go a step farther and say that I think it's more likely the Patriots have a top 10 pick next year than they make the playoffs.
Okay.
They have no left tackle besides Will Campbell, who is an unknown.
Yeah, right now it would be Verdarian Lowe.
Yeah, the backup, and we saw that work last year.
I keep calling him.
Can't get hands on to save his damn life.
I want to call him Thomas Bryant, but he's Marcus Bryant. Thomas Bryant's basketball player, right?
See, it's difficult when we start confusing names about who is going to start.
I said Jaylen Brown got released, and people got scared. I meant Javon Baker, but
Dougie Hamilton.
Yeah, when David Hamilton made a nice little play, I called him Dougie the other night. Oh, was it? Oh, Jake, I was that would be some good content. Is every time I screwed up someone's name.
Felger called Tommy DeVito, Danny DeVito in the open
segment.
That
I heard that today.
Yeah, it's funny.
I got a great nap today before the show. So you would know. But yes, 2:30 today. I went, you know what? I think I could sneak in a 45-minute nap.
Those little cat naps, they'll do wonders for you.
Now, I thought I heard this question somewhere recently, but what is the over-under on what a nap should be?
Oh, what an app?
Like a nap.
An appetizer?
Like what's too long for a nap?
Oh, a nap. Sorry.
Yeah. 45 minutes, I think, is...
Yeah, 45 minutes. I know in college, when I would be on a tight deadline, I was working overnights, like writing articles, I would take 20-minute naps and drink coffee before you go to bed. So the caffeine would kick in when you woke up, be all refreshed, and then I could write for the next few
Is that
hours.
true?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Sometimes I'll drink a Celsius at 10:30.
So you see, I try and stay away from those energy drinks because Celsius is great. Great
It's
company.
great.
Everybody needs to go buy
Great
them.
company.
Love
everybody,
Celsius.
Let me tell you.
But sometimes for me, energy drinks, my heart just like feels
Well,
like it's going a mile
it's
a
not
minute.
good for your heart.
No, that's
These
why
are
I try
great
to-
though.
Celsius are one. Everybody should go to Market Basket right now and buy some Celsius, please. Great company. Maybe you get lucky and get the the high noon. They mix it up.
Oh yeah.
Maybe get lucky there. I don't know.
What happened on the off-air show?
Oh, we had a great discussion, some questions about fall. So if you want to get Felger and Big Jim's opinion on fall activities.
Are you in or out on pumpkin right now?
I actually went to Starbucks today to get coffee because I need a little afternoon pick me up. And I went in and I get confused at Starbucks. I don't understand the coffee.
Grande
cold
is
brew.
not the biggest.
Yeah, it's technically Trenta.
Trenta is the
But
biggest.
Trenta cold brew is too much. And I don't like cold brew. I just want iced coffee. So I
Too
went
much
in,
ice. I asked for no ice now.
Yeah, so I went in and I saw the pumpkin cold brew. And I said, well, I guess I'll try this. And it was solid. It was good. But pumpkin in general, right now, it's August 27th. And I'm a culprit, and I'm being a hypocrite because I had it today. Just too early.
Well,
That's
you
like a
you needed a
October-
pick-me-up.
Yeah, I did, and that was unfortunate. I can't find a Dunkin' Donuts in Waltham. I don't know where the one is.
There's one down the.
What do you
Take
mean
a
there's
left
one down
out of
the
the
street?
parking lot. Yeah,
What?
it's a half mile down the road.
I didn't know that.
I know a guy.
Hook me up.
Yeah, I have. I've been in there before.
Oh, this is the app controversy with the green teas, right?
Well,
you get that
not that location.
Oh, not that.
But there is it's a gas station
Okay.
situation.
Oh, I
You know,
see.
it's half and half.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a little bit of a impasse.
I see.
So Jake was our mediator when we did the blind sauce taste test.
Yes. The chicken nuggets.
Skaz, do you want to inform Jake of the new sauce that McDonald's will be unveiling tomorrow or soon?
Yes, I believe it's next week. McDonald's is introducing their own version of like Gold Fever sauce,
wow.
Carolina barbecue sauce. So that was a big hit in or out last night.
Yeah, I can see that. Street Team Joe was in too, so I know he probably had good thoughts on that.
Oh, we were all in on
I'm
it.
in on that. I'll give that a try. Why not? Because anything half as good as the 99s or, my neck of the woods, Bill Rick, the Augusta Gold Fever sauce. That's always the go-to.
That's a 99 that has that?
Augusta Chicken Bites. It's like a local chicken bite store. Anyone from that area, I think, knows Augusta. I hope at least. It's a good spot. You should actually.
Is it
I'm
near
surprised
Boom
you don't
Boom
know about
Games?
it. What's that?
Is it near Boom Boom Games? I know
It's
where
on
that
3A,
is.
but going the opposite way, like toward Burlington, not toward Chelmsford.
Bill Ricka's one of those towns, Skaz, that you don't know if you're in Danvers or New Hampshire.
I can see it.
Right?
Yeah, I
Like
can
you're either in Danvers, not Danvers, Burlington.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you
you're-
meant you
sorry.
just like you don't know if you're.
You're either in
like, what part of
Burlington
Mass-
or New Hampshire
okay,
or
yeah.
Chelmsford.
But you're in Chelmsford, Tewksbury's right there. Lowell.
I know. I don't know what town I'm in sometimes when I'm over there. Jake, hello. Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
you did
Joe.
that whole
Appreciate it.
segment without a headphone.
I did. I will let the record reflect, though. I could hear Skaz because, Joe, your headphones are incredibly loud, and I am almost nervous for your hearing.
too.
Those very, very loud headphones that you have.
I only know how to listen to things one way.
Yeah, loud.
And do you know when I work Patriots games on Sundays? I sit in the conference room and I watch the game with the sound on and I listen to the radio broadcast in the hallway.
Can you sync it up?
I don't want to. I want to hear what happens on the radio first.
Oh, and then dissect
And then
it
I want to
live.
watch it live.
I see. Yeah, that's smart. I'll give you that. I like
And
that.
when we watch Bruins games, we listen to it. And then when we hear a goal, I look up
Let's go to the
and I
TV
see
screen.
how the goal was scored. And it's great analysis.
It's pretty good.
All right, Jake.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
You here tomorrow?
I'm here Friday night for the
Oh,
college football
do we
game.
know the line on that game yet? Did we look it up?
I don't do sports betting, so no, I don't.
Oh, you don't know? You don't do sports betting?
I try to stay away from it. I feel like there's just, I don't know, feels so. If you're, I'm trying to become, I did in college, but I'm trying to, transition into professional life about reporting and being like a daily beat reporter. And I just feel like those two don't mesh well. It feels like insider trading with politics. So I don't really
Nah.
mess with that. I have heard stories though of beat reporters who have heard things and be like, I can make a lot of money right now.
Well,
About
it's
certain
called
things.
Intel.
Potato.
Okay, who's playing again?
Georgia Tech and Colorado.
And this
Prime
is
time.
Friday night.
Friday night. 8
Ooh,
o'clock.
Georgia Tech -4.5.
We're taking the pregame show at 7:30.
Over under 52.5. Feel over because Colorado's defense has always been a little.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens with Colorado this year, knowing that Shador's gone, obviously, Travis Hunter's gone, and there's just the one thing. I mean, I was close to Colorado, going to school at Arizona State and covering ASU the last few years, and the one thing that Colorado always seemed like players departed there, and it was good players. Jordan Tyson left Colorado, and because he wasn't, there was some issues with the coaching staff there, and he went to ASU, and he's going to be probably a top 10 draft pick this coming year. And I think with Colorado, I don't know how well they retain and attract talent outside of the fact that you have to go play for Deion Sanders and it's prime time.
Okay. I've been told from our friend from the 99 that Augustus is down the street.
Yeah, it was really close.
Smitty, you got to go see him.
Smitty, yeah, you got to go see Smitty.
He's at the little one.
The little nines. There's just 2 99s in Dorica. Big nines, little nines.
He's listening. So he knows of Jake now. All right. Well, I have intel. Maybe it's a rat. I don't know. But Tommy DeVito played under Brian Daboll's offense, which is very similar to whose offense? Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that intel would come to me at all.
Yeah, he's like Brian Hoyer.
But I was told that maybe the fit is because Brian Daboll, Josh McDaniels.
Okay. I like it.
I got intel.
It's good intel.
Yes.
Very good intel. Start sniffing around. Maybe Mike Vrabel needs to set some rat traps.
Do you know how to make a rat noise?
No. Do you?
I don't know, actually. I just think of Jack from Departed.
Somebody clip that on YouTube, please.
He goes, I got this rat. This eating rat. You've seen The Departed?
No.
I can't say that movie not in a Boston accent.
No, I have not seen The Departed. I haven't seen The Departed. I haven't seen The Town. So you see, I was going to, and then they get on those bad streaming services. It's a pain in the butt.
What about Tommy Boy?
No, I haven't seen Tommy Boy.
Oh.
I know Good Will Hunting. That's my favorite movie. I like that movie a lot. I just saw that in the last 2 or 3 years, though.
That Southie did look like that in the 90s.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's by far my favorite movie of all time.
Southie does not look
Not
like
that
that
I watch
now.
a lot of movies, but
Southie is very nice looking now.
yeah, Southie's great. It's Boston. Everything in Boston's great. The city's great.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
What's your favorite part of the city?
North End. I like walking around the North End. I feel like I'm in Italy, even though I've never been to Italy, but just based on the photos and videos.
So, where do you think Tommy DeVito will have his first dinner?
Oh, good.
I'm going to go Aria Trattoria.
Okay. I'm not familiar with the name per se of every restaurant in the North End, or even honestly maybe one. But I will say there was the place that Tommy DeVito has to go when he gets here. There's an alleyway. I think if you just describe it like this, you probably get it. There's an alleyway in the North End that you walk through. You take these stairs down, and there's a sub shop right there, like a little deli. With a. I went there with my buddy one time, and there was a woman behind the counter, and she said, "What do you want?" And when somebody says to you, "What do you want?" and there's no menu, that's how you know you're at a good establishment, because you know the food.
Yeah, they can make whatever you want.
So I got a great chicken parm there, and it was phenomenal.
I would have said a bolognese with fusilli. Grated cheese.
Yeah, I like that.
And leave me a pitcher of iced tea with lemonade.
I like that. That's good. I got what is it, the San Pellegrino, that little soda Italian. Yeah, got that. It was good. I liked it.
Okay, Jake.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
This was good.
Yeah, good catching up.
Just wanted to talk rats with you. I can't do it. I don't know. I feel like
I'm not even going to try.
I've seen a lot of rats in my life.
I've seen mice, not rats.
Oh, no. I've seen rats like...
those are disgusting.
In Boston because the trash.
Oh, okay.
Smell.
Yeah.
Again, I grew up in the city. The city you know is not the city I know.
Yeah, sure.
It's just not.
I will say I did see 2 mice when I was writing at the Celtics, after a Celtics game in the postseason, and the fact that they were so humanized and just so running around. They got kind of close to me, and I'm a big guy. Mice, no,
out.
Not my thing. Out. Mice.
You got to get the
doing
sticky
reptile snakes. Nope, done.
Get the sticky traps.
So I'm okay with the traditional mice trap.
No,
but I don't want to see them moving around. Like in the old high school in Dorica, I used to see the mice run around the lunchroom after lunch. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Do you know? Okay, so the people used to put cheese on them, and
yeah.
No, there's this little one it's just all sticky.
Yeah, I've seen it. And they freeze.
And then they get stuck to it.
Yeah, they get stuck.
That
seems kind of inhumane.
Well, how else are you gonna catch them?
Yeah, but they're stuck there, and what are they gonna do? Starve to death? Die of thirst? Like at least the mouse trap.
So
it's
now
quick.
you care about the mice.
No, but I'm trying to be humane about the way you're gonna kill them.
Well, I'm not killing them. I'm catching them.
What are you gonna? Yeah, but then what are you gonna do with them?
I'm gonna put it in a barrel.
And what's gonna happen in the barrel, Joe?
I don't know.
Not your problem after that? They're probably just dying of starvation, thirst. You're going to see the commercial. For $1 a day, you could support it.
What's that song? In the arms of the mouse. All right, Jake. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Joe.
It's Jake Seymour, everybody. Our meat eater. Maybe we'll get that McDonald's sauce someday. Oh, John Cernides had a great take. He said that you can really tell a good sauce by dipping fries in them, not chicken. And I would take his word for it. All right, well, anyways, let's go to break. We got the headline here. Jake Seymour, everybody. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right. What's going on? Well, let's look up the scoreboard, everybody. I'd like to go to the Kowloon with you. And I said, done. All right, real quick, let's go to the phones. Justin and Lynn. Justin!
Hey, Joe.
How you doing?
I just wanted to talk about the Red Sox. I heard a report that on Saturday they could potentially call up Peyton Tolley. I just wanted your thoughts on that. Because I don't know if you heard that as well.
I am in on that. I would like to see a flamethrower from the minor leagues that people haven't seen before. That's what I want.
Yeah. Yes. And I like what they've done as far as the pitching staff. If they win tonight, they could clinch a winning record in August. And that's not something that I expected from this team this season, Joe.
What do you think of Roman Anthony?
Roman Anthony, I like him in the lead. I like him in the leadoff spot, Joe. I think he's been so far the savior of the team, and I really like him.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Justin. Take care, man.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Justin. We got Steve in South Boston. Hi, Steve.
Joseph. All right. So there's a Dom's food truck that's at my work a couple days a week. So I go there today. I get the steak tip sub with peppers and onions and cheese, tiny bag of chips, and a can of Diet Coke. Joseph, $27.
Fantastic.
So what's your breaking point with Dom's for a pack of steak tips? What's the point where you're like, I'm not doing this anymore?
There is no. It's the best. Tell me where you can. Listen, I love Dom's. We got it yesterday. Skaz, did you get your steak tip sub? Skaz got his steak tip sub yesterday. Everybody loved it.
The best, dude. It's the best. But at a certain point, it's got to stop, Joe.
I have to stop what?
No, they have to stop with the price of it.
Yeah, but do you know what the price of meat is these days?
I get it, dude. But I mean, $27 for a freaking normal size.
Something good that you'll buy. Dude, you'll spend $27 on takeout on crap food.
Yeah, but you're gonna get a little more than a sandwich, though.
No, bro. If I got a calzone and French fries, I'm paying $38.
Yeah, that's wild.
So Dom's is cheaper. Why are you complaining about it? That bothers me.
I don't know. It just seems like it's a little excessive.
You called in to complain about the prices. Do you know that?
No, I know, but I thought you'd be supportive of it. I don't know.
No, I'm not supportive. I'm supportive of Dom's.
I'm supportive of Dom's too. I just think it's a little expensive.
Out. Out. That's the same guy that probably would pay for, hey, I pay $38 for a lobster roll. $38 for a lobster roll. That's cheap. Some people's $45 for a lobster roll, and all you get is lobster. This you got a sub with onions and whatever, and a bag of chips and a soda, and you're complaining? Out. Brian's in Vermont. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Joe. I'm coaching soccer in Chicopee, Massachusetts. I need a restaurant recommendation. You got anything? Anything out there?
Well, there was a Friendly's out that way in Wilbraham, which is, probably one of the, I don't know how far Chicopee is from from there. But, man, that's a real, dude, Chicopee's out there, bro.
Yeah, Elms College. Never been there.
I had someone tell me once about a place called Poe's out there, P.O., but I've never been there. And to be honest with you, man, Chicopee's too far from me. I'll drive for food, but like if I'm that close, dude, I'm just gonna go to Antonio's or the Hangar, and you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah. I know Springfield's kind of close. Maybe just go somewhere there.
Man, Chicopee for soccer, huh?
Yep. I coach at Linden up in Vermont.
Whoa, huh? Where in Vermont are you?
Northeast Kingdom. So, yeah, a little town called Linden. If you know St. Johnsbury, little towns you probably never heard of.
What's the go-to up there?
Restaurant-wise?
Yeah.
There's a good place here in St. Johnsbury called Salt Bistro.
The Salt Bistro?
Yeah. Italian.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
Another place called 98 Mill. There's some good stuff up here, but you got to know where to go, type of thing.
You got to know a guy?
Yeah, you got to know a guy, exactly.
How far are you from the Ben & Jerry's and all that?
I think that's the Burlington area, so about an hour. We're other side of the state. I'm pretty close to the New Hampshire border here, so about 10 minutes away.
Yeah, there's a lot of good...
The White Mountains and all that.
A lot of good breakfast. Okay, so you're on the White Mountains side.
Yeah, right between the White Mountains and the Green Mountains.
Bro,
yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to go in Chicopee, man. That is out there, man. That's probably 2 hours from where we are right now.
Yeah, Western Mass. Yeah.
But the Antonio's Pizza near UMass in the hangar, great pizza, great wings.
Okay, notice.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Wow, we got people all the way in Vermont listening. I'm upset about the Dom's truck. He got steak tips out of a truck and is complaining about the price. The best steak tips in the world out of a truck at your work office. But yet you could have paid, you know what, you could get $27 worth of McDonald's. You could buy like a 20-piece nugget and get like a Big Mac meal, and it's almost $20. Anyways, do you have a comment on this? Okay, thank you. We'll go to break because I'm now mad. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 50% off an extra through oil change. And Valvoline is an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. Off the record, even though I'm giving it on the record. You ready for this one? Patriots off to a bad start. Dan Lipschitz. Patriots off to a bad start. Wish I could post that out there. Lipschitz says Patriots off to a bad start. Anyways. Do you have more on this? I said off the record, on the record. Fine. Well, we've had Jake in here. Now we got Lipschitz here.
Okay. You're going to say it on the air. So,
they are off to a bad start. Okay, I agree with you.
Well, here's my thing. And again, I'm sure people are going to be rail against this, right? They cut, 40 guys? Whatever it was. You know how many have been claimed or signed to another team?
Well, only Cole Strange that I know of.
Okay, so he was the first
None of them were claimed.
He was the first one who signed to the practice squad. So they have one, right?
Not claimed, just
right.
signed.
So no claims. So I think there were 32 guys who were claimed, two or whatever. Right now, they have one guy who was signed. And again, I think we can all, at this point, probably acknowledge that Strange is a failed player, right? So Cleveland's, signing him as whatever. They're just looking for younger players. So they haven't had any draft picks. Right now, teams are averaging about 2.1 players per team. Moving on to another team, the Patriots have one guy, and I guess you might be able to argue Bourne, although, again, no one wanted to trade for him, so exactly how valuable is he? They have one guy who switched teams. On average, every other team is averaging over 2 players already. Even the worst teams in the league, New Orleans had 2 guys claimed. We're talking about the dregs of the league with no depth on this roster, or no depth on their rosters in general, and New Orleans has 2 guys. Again, I'm just saying this. This team has no depth. They have decent starters. They have no depth at all. So if they don't end up staying healthy, they're in serious trouble this year. They have no depth at all whatsoever.
All right, I got one for you.
Okay,
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm on your team on that one.
Yeah.
So what my segment here was going to be Stefon Diggs versus Jacoby Myers. Who would you before I let you hear the audio? Who would Dan Lipschitz rather have today?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd take Diggs, but I think purely for the upside. I don't think he'll end up actually producing as much as Myers will. But I'll just say Diggs as a pure upside guy.
Let's hear what Tom Curran and Andrew Callahan had to say about that.
Oh man, okay.
But send him Diggs. Here, you take Diggs. We'll take Jacoby, and we're going to give him the money that he wants. Thoughts on that?
Well, yeah. So I want to ask you because whatever, and I can say this as a fellow bald man, whatever hair Michael Holley had left on his head Monday night when we were doing BST, and I said, right now, the player I see at camp wearing a number 8 jersey, Stefon Diggs, would be a wash with what I know Jacoby Myers is right now. I think
100%.
Yeah, okay, good. Because it blew his mind. And I said, I understand their reputation. I understand their career resumes are not remotely close. And the player at his peak, Stefon Diggs at 31 versus Jacoby Myers at 28, there's still a gap there. But the player you and I watched in practice is about Jacoby Myers already, yeah?
Absolutely. Jacoby Myers is better than Stefon Diggs at this point.
All right, just hold it there. Leave it there.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Okay, so Diggs is off an ACL. We all know how guys respond off an ACL. This is not Julian Edelman coming back and there's all of a sudden
or Wes Welker with whatever.
It's very rare that happens. Just being honest, all right? So I'm not expecting Diggs to be nearly what he is at the beginning of the season as I think he will be at the end of the season. Is that a fair and reasonable take? I think that within 8 to 10 weeks is really what it's going to take for him to get up and running, to be even remotely close to what he was in the last couple of years. And by the way, if you go back and look at what he was with Houston last year, he was the 3rd guy in that set behind Dell and behind Collins. He was the 3rd guy. I mean, he may have started, but he was the 3rd guy.
But in 8 games, he had more production in 8 games than the entire Patriots.
100%. And so, again, I'll still take Diggs off the upside.
Me too.
Over Myers.
And Myers, by the way, had a 1,000-yard reception season with Aiden O'Connell.
No, where would you rank Myers in terms of the wide receivers in the NFL?
I just think he's slow. Do I think he's good and gets open and all that?
Good possession,
absolutely.
Great possession wide receiver.
He's slow.
Yeah.
I would rather Diggs all day.
Me too. Yeah. I think Diggs you probably have in the top 30, and I think Myers you probably have around the top 35-ish. That's, 40, 35, around that area. So I think Diggs is better, but I think the first 6 to 8 to 10 weeks of the season, I think there's a real chance Myers is the better player. But I think Diggs will be better.
Like what you're saying is at the end of the year, Myers could have more production.
Correct.
But Diggs might be the better player long term and
the second half of the season. Off the ACL. I think that's a legit thing. But again, I think you take a look at the Pats schedule, the back end is extremely difficult. And I'm not a schedule guy because, again, every year, the past 10 years, Joe, the easiest schedule has not ended up in the top 10 of the easiest schedules. The preseason easiest schedule never ends up being that easy.
Do people not remember? Like, I get it. Diggs is off an injury.
Yeah.
Do people not realize this guy has been... I know he was the third option. You're right. But Nico Collins elevated his game, right?
Nico Collins is elite.
What I'm saying, though, is he jumped over the pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he took... I'm a Jacoby Myers fan. I really am. He developed into what he is, former quarterback. Like, good story. I just don't see it. I don't see him here as that guy. They already have their guy for that. And listen, would I want Pop Douglas or Jacoby Myers? I get it. I want Jacoby Myers, but I feel like the Patriots have to kind of go with the guys they've drafted and have been working out here the entire offseason.
So my concern is this: what does Myers raise your level to? If you went out and traded for him, let's assuming that no one wants Kyle Duggar, because I know that they talked about a Duggar swap. I highly doubt the Raiders want Duggar. Just being honest, what do you think that Myers raises your level to, as if you add him in as the second or third wide receiver? Does he get
to answer the question? I think Diggs gives you more.
Well, okay, but let's pretend Diggs is on the roster. Okay, Diggs on the roster, Pop's on the roster. Let's assume that you're just adding Jacoby Myers.
Diggs and Pop versus
and you're adding
Myers.
Okay, so now what do you think of that? What do you think of that? How many wins does Jacoby Myers bring your team? I would say zero. I don't think he's. I don't think
slower.
I don't think he's a game changer. I also think you remove Efton Chisholm, his production and development,
and Kyle
you remove
Williams.
Kyle Williams, his production and development. And I think a lot of people expect this Patriots team to be 9, 10, 11 wins. I think that's asinine. This is a development year. So I don't, as much as I think Jacoby Myers might help you, sure, I don't know if he brings up your level in terms of wins, and I think he hinders development of younger guys. So,
and maybe that's why they're bringing up Diggs for Myers, because if you take Diggs out and add Myers, you still keep everything else in place.
If you trade Diggs for Myers, you're probably better at the beginning of the season and worse at the end. And so to me, I guess that just depends on how you feel about this team long term. And this year, don't give a crap. I want them to develop Drake May. I want them to develop the offensive line. If they win 5-6 games and the operation looks good, that's all I care about. Because I don't think everyone thinks this team is 9, 10, 11 wins. You're insane. Want a fun one? Here's a good one. Last quarterback to come in with a new coach and have 6-win increase. The Patriots won 3 games last year. I know they technically won 4. They won 3 games. The Bills lost the game on purpose when you started Joe Milton so that you didn't get the number 1 pick. They're a 3-win team by
Dan Quinn, that coach? Who's the other coach?
3 times in the past 35 years it's happened. No, last year, Dan Quinn, new quarterback. Same quarterback, new coach. 3 times in 35 years have you had a 6-win increase or more.
It wasn't Jimmy
historically
Johnson, right?
Just doesn't happen.
I can't think of who you're talking. Do you know the names?
I don't know.
All right, well, I'd like to know those names.
Yeah, I know that there was one recently that has happened. Off the top of my head, I don't know them off the top of my head. So I'll get them.
So 3 out of 35, Joe Math.
Not 3 out of 35. 3 in the last 35 years.
So that's not good.
So out of 32 teams, now multiply that times 35. It's a very uncommon and rare occurrence to happen with a team, regardless of how good the coaching is, whatever. And by the way, another fun one for you, Mike Vrabel is a favorite. Anyone know what Mike Vrabel is a favorite against the spread historically?
Well, opening of the year, he's lost 3 out of his last 4.
In general, as a favorite, is Mike Vrabel
favorite bad because he's one of the better.
He's one of the worst NFL head coaches as a favorite.
Very good as an underdog.
Terrible as a favorite. So pretty much any time his team was favored, the Titans were favored, which again, generally kind of similar to the Patriots. They were terrible. I think about 42%, again, give or take, because every number kind of closes differently. People value things. 42% is the career average for Mike Vrabel as a favorite. What is Mike Vrabel as a underdog? Do you know?
I don't know.
Somewhere in the realm of 58 to 59%. He gets the most out of his team when they are not favored in the game. And this is again, it doesn't mean all that much in terms of, for this year, but just in general, you get a guy who when a team is overvalued for him, he doesn't necessarily expand and live up to the hype. But when they're undervalued, he's a really good guy to raise your level.
See, Dan, either you listen to the show or we think the same.
I didn't listen to the show about this.
My take on Skaz, I'm throwing him in this too.
Yep.
We feel that we have to go because Doug Kyed's coming up.
Sorry.
But no, I'm sorry.
That's my fault.
No, it's me. I brought you into this. This is my fault.
Well, yeah, it will be your fault.
We think that Vrabel's a good building blocks coach.
Great.
Build it.
Yep.
But does he he'll probably only raises the floor. I don't know if the ceiling is there.
So I think that he can. We've seen it before, obviously, with what he did with Ryan Tannehill. I think he has the capability. Asking him to do it in year one, in my opinion, is effing insane. Like, the expectations for this team need to be really tempered. And I think it's part of the local media, but mostly the national media that has this fans being like, oh, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like one of my friends asked me if they think they could win 14 games today and was dead serious about it. And I was like, dude, like, are you serious? I have them like 6, 7 wins. Maybe 8 is the ceiling, I think. Like, I think it's ridiculous. And again, where did the number open in Vegas? It opened 7.5 at books. Again, I'm going to say historically, the opening numbers tend to be a little bit better than the numbers that end up moving, because what ends up happening is the very sharp bettors who bet these numbers early on take the good numbers and usually the win totals. Not always. Again, there's always different examples, but generally within the last 5 to 10 years, the numbers are within 1 to 2 wins.
Right.
So you're talking about 7.5. The ceiling should be 8 for you.
Okay.
That's the ceiling in my opinion.
He's Dan Lifshatz, Boston Handicappers Network
podcast. We're doing it
Podcast
tonight.
is coming soon.
Episode 1 for college football tomorrow.
Boom. Tomorrow. There you go, Dan. Doug Kyed coming up next here on 98 Found the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
right. Jake was there. We just got lift shatzed. And now, why don't we talk to a man who's going to join us via YouTube tonight. He is Doug Kyed of the Boston Herald. You can also check out his fabulous podcast, the Patch Chat Podcast. And he joins us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's Doug Kyed. Doug, how are you, bud?
Doing well, Joe. How are you doing?
I had to catch you before the long Labor Day weekend. I don't know if you're going to be, down in P-Town getting saltwater taffy all weekend,
I honestly will be down in the Cape or on the Cape on Saturday through Monday. So yes, I will be there.
It's that last recharge before the real season, man. But real quick, couple of things. You guys have had really good reporting, you and Andrew Callahan, and I wanted to have you on tonight because the Bourne stuff, the Polk stuff from earlier in the week. It seems like you guys had more information before even Mike Vrabel said anything, or when I guess things were announced. What did you hear? What did you have on the Kendrick Bourne situation? And was there loyalty on the Patriots staff regarding keeping him around because he knew the playbook? Did they really try to trade him, and that's why he made it to the 53? Just kind of give us the rundown on what you guys had for insight.
Yeah, a lot of that reporting came from Andrew Callahan. Did a great job with it. That Bourne requested a trade after, or he requested to be released after a trade fell through with the Vikings. I think that there's maybe a disagreement on either side about whether or not it was a request to be released or whatever. But the trade fell through with the Vikings. Obviously, the Vikings wind up trading for Adam Thielen instead. And then Kendrick Bourne is out the next day. So, regardless of how the Patriots feel about it or whoever else feels about it, it's certainly interesting that Bourne was kept around for one more day on Wednesday and then released. Obviously, he was released for the waiver claims, but clearly had some interest in continuing to work with Kendrick Bourne up until Wednesday.
What changed? Was it the fact they couldn't come to an agreement on a trade with the Vikings, who obviously have some holes? And I think you might have mentioned it when they were having joint practices, that maybe that was a destination for them. And they have made trades with guys from joint practices in the past here. But why the sudden change? And I hate to say it because there's been a lot of talk about rats in the building, but I just feel like Josh McDaniels has comfort with Bourne. Did something change there, or was it the fact that maybe he thought he would get traded?
I think that by that time he was, kind of hoping that he would get traded, that he thought that there was a good opportunity in Minnesota. But yeah, the Patriots, parted ways after engaging in trade talks that would have sent Bourne to the Vikings, and those talks fell through, and then Bourne was out the next day. So I think part of it is certainly a numbers game. I don't think they intended on keeping 8 wide receivers. One theory that I have is that, all right, you keep your 52nd and 53rd guys on there just in case, and they thought that Bourne and Baker were their next best players, and if they can't claim the guys they want to claim, then at least they still have those guys left on their roster. So I think that's a factor. And yeah, he knew the playbook. I think there's some questions about his injury as well, and his readiness and all of that stuff that plays a factor as well. So yeah, a complicated situation that turns into kind of a he said, she said with Vrabel and everything else.
Well, you just said he said, she said. Vrabel can just say, hey, we're moving on, but he seems to kind of bring up the way that it departed. I don't know. I'm sniffing around on that one. Maybe that's just Talk Show Joe right now, just looking into it. But do you think the way they handled things was fine? Did you have any issue with how they kind of had a couple of guys left on the 53-man roster, and once some waiver claims came in, they knew who they were going to cut? I just don't feel like Bourne was one of those guys. Or even Baker, for that matter. Maybe Baker, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they like information coming out that they don't want to get out. And that's the case with Marcus Epps and Kendrick Bourne, where when those guys get released and it comes out that they both requested to be released, I think then Vrabel might get a little bit on the defensive there and be like, well, okay, if you're going to give your side of the story, then I'll insinuate my side of the story as well. And I think, the more information, the better. It's not great when it's conflicting information. But yeah, I think there's an element there that he wants to eliminate rats, whether those are inside the building or outside the building. And he's not going to be afraid to speak out if someone says something that he doesn't like or doesn't agree with.
All right, we'll talk with Doug Kyed, he of the Boston Herald. Just on Stefon Baker, there's some things I did like about him. You saw him more than I did. All right, so what I think he is talented. I do think he has effort. But what I saw in the preseason games is he doesn't have finish. These are the things that Mike Vrabel talks about, effort and finish, right? Do you think he makes it back on the practice squad?
I do. That's the expectation right now, is that he's going to re-sign to the practice squad if he clears waivers. That's a relatively big if, but I mean, not that many guys get claimed. So maybe some team that loved Stefon Baker last year, who was ready to take him in the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th round, claims him. But I don't know. I mean, this is a guy who caught one pass last season. So you really have to be selling yourself on his college tape. And then in the preseason, he caught 1 of 10 targets, something crazy like that. So my guess is that he's going to clear waivers, but obviously you never know with these guys. I think Stefon Baker has talent, and he had some moments in training camp and joint practices that he looked like he could be a viable wide receiver. But with him and Jalen Polk, usually guys show it during the regular season, and both those guys just were so quiet and disappeared so much last year that isn't the simplest explanation for how quiet they were and how bad they were that they just simply aren't very good players right now. I know that everyone loves the potential of Baker and say what you will about Polk, but isn't that just the most likely scenario with those guys right now?
I'd feel that way. The 2024 draft class is hanging on by a thread here.
It really is.
With Caden Wallace, who I'll just ask, what do you feel better about, the offensive line or the wide receiver group?
Wide receiver group. I'm a little bit bullish on the wide receiver group right now, and I think I'm going to wind up looking dumb out of this, but Stefon Diggs is Stefon Diggs. I don't know if he's still a 1,200-yard receiver, but he certainly had moments that he looked like he could still be a number one. Demario Douglas probably had the best camp out of any of them. Seems like he's primed to catch a lot of passes. And then Kayshon Boutte and Mac Hollins were both making multiple plays every day in those the last week or two of camp. And we'll see how much that translates. But Boutte was a 500-something yard receiver last year. Hollins is a pro. So is it one of the 15 or 20 best wide receiver groups in the league? I don't know. But I think all 4 of those guys can play. And that's before you even talk about Kyle Williams and Efton Chisholm. I think it takes a little bit longer for the offensive line to gel. And as good as I think Will Campbell can be and Jared Wilson can be, I think both those guys might have some, rookie roller coaster moments coming out of training camp, and Garrett Bradbury is Garrett Bradbury at this point. So I think at least to start the year, I'm more uncertain about the offensive line group.
All right. I need your opinion. All right. This is an opinion. I know you're a reporter. You're there. What is this smoke on Stefon Diggs? I was with Bert Breer, so I asked him the other day, will Stefon Diggs be on the Patriots week 1? He said yes.
Yeah.
Tom Curran's on with your boy Andrew Callahan and says Tom Curran would trade Stefon Diggs for Jacoby Myers. Where is this coming from? And has there been a change in Stefon Diggs' practice, effort? Why is this smoke here, Doug? What are your thoughts on it?
So this is my opinion, as you said. First of all, I think people are trying to be entertaining, which I'm totally on board with. There's not a lot to talk about right now. Somehow we still have more than a week to go before the first Thursday night game, let alone the first Sunday game. But I also think there's an element here where Stefon Diggs has only talked to us once this summer. And I think that from some people in the media, if he's not playing along with us, then maybe they're not going to play along with Stefon Diggs. And maybe, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's a grudge or anything like that, but it's until we talk to the guy, there's not a lot of things that we can figure out from him from talking to him. Like, there's questions to be had of like, why aren't you always necessarily going 100% in practice? Like, is that coach mandated? Is that mandated from yourself? Like, what's going on? Do you feel okay? So I think that from some people, until he's around to answer those questions, you're kind of left to speculate. And then sometimes those speculations might get a little bit out of hand. So I actually don't think there's like an internal issue with Stefon Diggs to start the season. But I think that there is the issue of him not talking to us since the first week of training camp. And since we can't get answers from him, some people are kind of creating the answers on their own. Does that make sense?
It makes absolutely sense. I just think they'd be, honestly, I would take Stefon Diggs today over Jacoby Myers. Although Jacoby Myers had a 1,000-yard reception season, knows the offense, can do a lot of things, I would still take whatever upside Diggs has left.
I agree with you. It's the upside. It's the upside component that he has over Jacoby Myers. That being said, I just talked up like Demario Douglas and Kayshon Boutte. Those guys I would consider packaging for Myers just to raise the floor a little bit.
Just one more. We've talked to multiple people. We had our buddy John Serenides on last night, and I asked him about the kicking competition. Yeah. And he goes, Joe, what competition? Like, in a way, I kind of believed him. Like, all right, I guess there never was one. It was always, Mr. Bobalina. Now I'm calling him Mr. Borregales, Mr. Andy Borregales. There never was a What are your I thought Parker Romo deserved a job in the NFL somewhere from the offseason that he had in preseason, but was there a competition?
I mean, if there wasn't, then they certainly fooled us pretty well into thinking there was one, because like both guys were out there kicking almost every day in practice. They let Parker Romo kick in the first 2 preseason games. So if there was no competition, then I think that Borregales would have taken like 75% of training camp reps. He probably would have been kicking in all 3 games the majority of the time. And that's not what it looked like up until that 3rd preseason game. So I personally think there was a competition. Otherwise, if there wasn't, they're just kind of wasting everyone's time by splitting those reps throughout camp. I think that ultimately, like, it didn't necessarily surface in the games, but like the competition was really close throughout most of the summer. Both guys were kicking very well. So I think what it came down to was like what they saw from Borregales before they drafted him, that made them decide to take him in the 6th round. And that just carried through, that they thought, all right, this guy's got more upside than Parker Romo, who's been a, whatever it is, 3-4 year journeyman in the NFL, can't stay on one team. We'd prefer to roll with a rookie.
All right, Doug, do you feel better or worse regarding the Patriots this season after everything to this point? Do you feel like the expectations are there as far as potentially 7 or 8 wins or more, or do you feel like it's a longer road than maybe anticipated?
I think my win total might come down by like a game since training camp began. And I think Greg Bedard was saying something similar about this, where like it boils down to Drake May. And I think that I expected Drake May to take, let's call it maybe like a significant leap forward, or at least show that in training camp. I think he's taken a step forward, but not as much as I thought he would. And it's still possible that, when the season begins and they're unleashing the entire offense and they're game planning all these things, that he's going to come out and look like Josh Allen in year 3 or 4 or whatever. But we didn't necessarily see that in training camp or joint practices. We definitely didn't see it in the preseason. So based on everything that we've actually seen up to this point, I'm hesitant to say he's going to take that gigantic leap forward that I expected. So with that being said, yeah, I think I was around like 9 wins before, and maybe now I'm at 8. It's not a serious drop back, but I also thought that there might be a little bit more competition on the roster. And by the time the summer ended, I was like, I don't know, I'd keep like 48 of these guys, and they wound up having to keep 51 of them.
I'm fine with the roster turnover because I think they've now emptied out the bucket on what they can move on from. So I'm okay with it, but I've always had the under 8.5 I've had the under 8.5 for a long time, Doug. So if it, I'll bend the knee if they don't. You know what I did want to ask you about? We actually featured your story last night about Drake May and I always look at pitchers sometimes when playing baseball.
Right.
Some guys couldn't warm up right away, right? They'd always get it going. Drake talked about maybe having some jitters early on. What's he doing to work on that?
Yeah, he was saying that, maybe he compared it to being a basketball player. Like maybe you take a layup before you start hitting threes. I didn't love that answer just because like you kind of want your whole playbook in the first drive. You don't want to just tell teams like, hey, we're going to hand off and throw screens on the first drive because I can't get my jitters in order. That being said, like I went back and looked at his numbers from last year. His completion percentage was actually highest in the first quarter. His interception rate was lower in the first quarter than it was for the rest of games. So maybe we're just making too much out of his comments that he's too amped up to start games and that he has these pregame jitters or whatever. But until he stops using that as an excuse for interceptions or fumbles or whatever, like missed throws, then I think we do have to keep talking about it because you don't want a guy in year 2 still being like, yeah, I'm just too amped up to start the game. I can't complete a pass because it's like, well, the first 3-4 minutes of a game still do count.
Damn right. Yeah, we got into this last night, and for some reason, Doug, this is definitely a Joe problem. But whenever something doesn't work, I blame Josh McDaniels, and I don't know if it's a crutch. No, it's true. Like Matt McCarthy always says, Joe, all you do is blame offensive coordinators, and I go, I guess you're right, man. Like I guess I do, but like I don't know, I can't help but not blame him because I think it's too much for Drake May to be making calls at the line, cadences, line shifts. He's picking it up great, right? Even people in Minnesota mentioned they were like, wow, he's like doing a great job at it. But could that be a reason why he has some jitters? Remember the delay of game in the preseason game? And he's sailing a few balls, and he's throwing the safe pass instead of letting it rip to Pop Douglas down the middle of the field. I don't know. I just feel like there's a huge workload for him with Josh McDaniels' offense.
Yeah, but I mean, he was also saying the same things about these being too amped up or having these jitters or whatever when he was dealing with when he had Alex Van Pelt as his offensive coordinator as well. So I don't know. I don't necessarily blame McDaniels for this. I think in order to like unleash the full offense, you kind of need the quarterback to be super involved, and I do think Garrett Bradbury will still be involved there at center as well. But no, it's interesting. The offensive coordinator issue that you have. Was there something like Ray Perkins did during your childhood or something that is this something we need to like address? I guess
I think it's been addressed, but I always felt that the gap was never big between Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what happened. I went to one practice. Me and Bedard got into it. I went to one practice and I go, nah, man, they might as well just go with Zappi because the gap isn't that big.
Yeah.
And I was right for at least 5 games or so. So even though I died on the hill with Zappi, I feel I was right in the long run because Mac Jones wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about a physically limited quarterback like Mac Jones, and Bailey Zappi was obviously physically limited as well. Mac Jones does still have a job on a 53-man roster.
Kinda.
I don't know if Bailey Zappi.
Well, Zappi got signed. Well, he got signed practice squad today from Cleveland.
So I guess Mac Jones is still beating him out a little bit, but you're I don't know, that's not significant. He doesn't have a significant lead. You're dealing in the margins there when you're talking about like second quarterback versus third quarterback.
I have an OC problem and I got to work on it, and hopefully this year I'll be better at it. Hey, I love that you're joining us on YouTube. So you got an old 1-bar helmet, or is that a 1-bar Seattle Seahawks? What do you got back there?
This is one of those like child helmets that I had as a kid. Remember in like the old Sears catalogs where you get like the helmet, shoulder pads. That set. That's from my childhood. That was a Kurt Warner uniform set, I think it was.
Wow.
Yep.
I was going to say
the OG Kurt Warner.
Who is your Seattle? Cortez Kennedy was one of my favorites. Remember the Rick Meyer? Oh my God, that was a big one.
That was a big whiff. Dave Craig was my guy. I was pretty young at the time, but like I have distinct memories of Dave Craig. So Dave Craig was big. Joey Galloway was big for me when he was drafted. Definitely Cortez Kennedy. I met Cortez Kennedy when I was a kid. Met Dave Craig when I was a kid. Steve Largent I was like a little bit too young for, but I had like Steve Largent posters as a kid. So Yeah, they had Michael Sinclair. I don't know if you remember him. He was like a double-digit sack guy for the Seahawks back in the 90s. So, yeah, I've got some fond memories of those teams. My dad had season tickets up until 1991, so I went to a bunch of games when I was really young.
We every week we always do a feature of who is the best player on such team all time.
Yeah.
I was a Sean Alexander guy.
Wow. Sean Alexander. Sean Alexander was great. I think I would still have to go with Largent, though, for the Seahawks.
Yep, no doubt about it. What's that starting lineup figure you have up there?
I've got a few of those.
Those are still worth dough, man. I do a lot of card shows, and people if they're unopened, they're worth money.
So this is one that Patriots fans aren't going to love because he cried on television about Tom Brady, but it's Mark Brunell, but in a Washington Huskies jersey. So I've got that one. Somewhere around here, I've got Corey Dillon, Drew Bledsoe.
Ooh.
I don't know where those went.
Do you have a Griffey?
Yeah, I've got I've got a cool Griffey one up here, actually. I'm going deep up.
Oh, there it is. Yep, I see what that one now.
This is Griffey on the Kingdom.
Yep.
So that's a good one. I've got a few other Griffey ones in storage, but I've got
Do you guys do this on the Patch Chat podcast?
We should. Doug shows off his toys. So there's Drew Bledsoe. I've got Dave Craig right here too. Dave Craig with a beard for some reason. He didn't. I think that was like when they had the NFL strike, he grew a beard, and that's how starting a lineup decided to show him for the rest of his life. But I've got a lot of fun stuff back here.
Is that a snowball photo on the wall next to you?
It is, yeah. I went to that game with my dad. So there's the snowball, and then let me show off this too. Here's my snowball program that is like very snow and water damaged, but I've got that too from 2002.
I feel like this is Jaws. We're showing off our scars, you know. But just one thing about the snowball game. I got invited to the game last minute. My friend had a comp ticket.
Yep.
And I said, "Ooh, nice game day." I like that. I had a comp ticket, and I'm in the photo where Adam Vinatieri kicks the game-winning field goal.
Wow.
I got it signed by Adam. I ran into Adam Vinatieri at the Kowloon, of course, right?
Yep,
and I got the ticket stub graded from PSA. It's worth a lot of money because I thought it was just the Tuck Rule game. Nope.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's first playoff game.
Oh, yeah. I think I actually have the ticket somewhere in here. So maybe
get it graded.
Maybe I should get that graded by PSA. Let me see.
No, next time you're over at Patriot
Card
Place,
Vault?
go see Card Vault. Go see my guys, Boomer there. He'll send it out for you.
I've got the Ticketmaster printout in here too.
Wow.
Because we bought tickets the morning of, because the Patriots used to like release tickets the morning before games. I don't know why. But for Christmas that year, my dad had said like, "Oh, I'll take you like a Celtics game or something like that." And then he called the morning of the Snowball game. I was like, "Oh, do you want to go to this instead?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" So yeah, that's how we wound up going.
Awesome moment. I wrote an article about this. I'm not much of a writer, though. You're a reporter and a writer. I just talked about my experience and how I didn't have one lick of alcohol that entire night, but the game was horrible in the first half. Horrible.
Yeah.
And then it just took off. Definitely one of the best sporting experiences of my life.
Do you remember realizing what was going on during the actual like Tuck Rule play?
Because no clue.
Me neither. No one had any idea what was going on.
And all I remember is the media and people kept going on the field, and the people with the leaf blowers were like going on. But it just kept getting bigger and bigger. Like the field, and I could kind of tell like the moment was growing, you know.
Right.
Here we are reminiscing about a game from so many years ago, but when I see the photo there, I get very nostalgic about it.
Yeah, it's not the most high quality photo, I'll say. It was from, I don't know, I got it when I was a kid, but I was like, you know what, if I'm going to set up this whole have this whole setup, then I might as well have that up there too.
All right. Well, collectibles with Doug and football talk. We love it. He's Doug Kyed, everybody. Check him out. Boston Herald. Doug, enjoy your time off before the season begins next week, and hopefully we get you on during the season here.
Appreciate it. Absolutely. Always down to come on. Thanks, Joe.
You got it. He's Doug Kyed, everybody, showing off his stuff. I love it. Collectible Joe here on 98.5 The Sports. So let's get a look at the headline. Something big just happened in the Red Sox game.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented.
Don Raffaella, 2-run homer just to set it up. Jaron Duran misplayed a ball in the outfield in between Raffaella. They're down 2-1. Brian Bayo gets pulled. They struggled and struck out and left runners on base. Had another shot in the 9th inning, and Raffaella goes deep. They're up 3-2. Aroldis Chapman warming in the bullpen. Wow. We'll cover this one when it's all said and done. And the Patriots released Javon Baker and Kendrick Bourne. They signed Tommy DeVito. Delito. Cutlets. DeVito. Headlines. They are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com and save 50% off your next drive through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Red Sox are rolling right now. 3-2 lead. 1 out. Chapman in the game, 9th inning. This is a huge comeback win. And by the way, can I just set this up? If somehow Chapman can get out of this thing and the Red Sox win, who goes tomorrow, Skaz? Crochet. This thing is setting up beautifully for the Red Sox right now. We'll take a break. We got in or out. And we'll have a result to this. So we'll keep you posted here. But right now, Chapman in the game, 1 out, 3-2 game, 2-2 count. Looks like the Red Sox are on their way to another victory. We'll do in or out coming up next. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
position they threatened all night. And in the top of the ninth inning, Cedon Raffaello, hit a 2-run homer to give him a 3-2 lead. And right now, Aroldis Chapman in the game with 2 outs. He already has 2 strikeouts in the inning and a 3-2 count. And the Red Sox win. They'll send Garrett Crochet to the mound tomorrow looking for the sweep. And the Patriots, they released Kendrick Bourne, Stefon Baker, and signed Tommy DeVito. Headlines are brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank. Interest rates are keeping you from buying a home. And with Safeguard Mortgage, modify your rate once within the first 5 years. Apply at clintonsavings.com. Member FDIC, member DIF. Equal housing lender. NMLS 422081. I'm Joe Murray. Red Sox win, and we got in or out.
If you've got the app, you've got Toucher and Hardy to wake you up no matter where you are.
Or who may or may not have been to jail.
Get the app. The 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
Calls in on it. 617-779-0985. Cedon Raffaello, the hero tonight. Brian Bayo, another outstanding outing. And Aroldis Chapman closes the door. And now it's Garrett Crochet in a sweep situation. In on that one, Skaz.
Very in on that. A great win for the Sox tonight after an outfield blunder. Looked like it was going to cost them maybe, one of the worst losses of the year. But
I was out on what happened earlier.
Yes. Well, we'll get into it. But
in on tonight, though.
In on tonight. A Wednesday night edition.
And by the way, this is our last in or out before football season.
That is true.
Well, actually,
we'll be back Tuesday night. We'll do in or out with Barth tomorrow.
No, but so what people don't understand in the business is Tuesday, like, we're back. We're full Voltron. Like, we're locked in, baby.
No more double commercials.
No more headline commercial.
A staple of the summer on the Joe Murray Show.
So I will say, someone did say, "Oh man, like I get a lot of it's me. I am the problem." But you know what? On Tuesday, we're all business, baby. We're back. So what do we got tonight?
All right, Joe. We'll start with the NBA for in or out tonight. Kevin Durant says he's willing to participate in a $1 million one-on-one tournament during All-Star Weekend. Joe Murray, would you be in or out on a $1 million tournament during All-Star Weekend, one-on-one?
In. Who do you think would be the best one-on-one player?
I think Tatum's right up there.
But he can't play. But yes.
Yes, but...
Do you know who I kind of like? This is, I know, weird. We mentioned his name last night because it was his birthday. James Harden.
You have to, maybe younger James Harden, but you have to be able to, move and play defense. I don't know if that's in his bag anymore.
True.
But I'm thinking of someone like Kawhi at his peak would be unbelievable. Someone like that, like a two-way player.
Been unbelievable. Wow. Oh my God.
Like SGA is probably up there.
Anthony Edwards. I don't want to say him.
People might not like this one. I feel like Cat would kind of thrive in that situation. A bigger guy who can shoot it. Though? He can dribble. I mean, won the 3-point contest.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
He's got handle.
If he can stay healthy.
That's true. He could,
Yeah.
What about Joel Embiid?
I'd like to see Cooper Flagg versus Durant, though, one-on-one. People are going to watch that.
Can I pay for that?
Hopefully it's just part of the All-Star weekend.
Hopefully it is on the Superbox.
The Superbox, yes, Joe.
Next.
All right, Joe, we'll head to our friends over at KFC for this one. KFC has launched a Pickle Pepsi in Canada. Yes, you heard that right, a Pickle Pepsi. It's part of a new pickle-filled menu with a chicken sandwich, fried pickles, and loaded fries with pickles as well. The Pepsi comes with a pickle brine and slices to pour in and infuse the flavor to your liking. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the pickle?
I love soda, and I like pickle juice. So why wouldn't I like pickle Pepsi? Is it a mixture that shouldn't be mixed? Would the tart of the pickle juice be diluted from the soda?
This is where we need Kendra.
Oh, I mean, I think Street Team Joe might. Well, listen,
Street Team Joe and Kendra would be experts
actually,
on this one.
Kendra does drink straight from the jar.
Yes.
So I will admit that one. You know what? I prefer when I drank soda, Coca-Cola products over Pepsi products. Now I do love Celsius, which was once a Pepsi product, I believe. I just prefer when you know what the other thing is I'm out on? Do you ever used to order a soda like, hey, can I get I'd order a ginger ale, but it wasn't like a ginger ale. It was like a knockoff version of it. And I'm like, what is this?
Out on that.
No, but like that little spray, the little...
Whatever syrup mix they got in there, yeah.
Sometimes it's not the name brand. And I know it. Especially when you drink alcohol. Like knockoff. Like I loved a SoCo and ginger. But if that ginger ain't Schweppes or Canada Dry, I'm out.
Well, we mention it all the time with the ketchup. It's like when you don't get the Heinz, you're like, you know it right away.
If there's a hunt, I'm out. Next.
All right, Joe. Just what the world needed. Another new sports talking head show. This one with who else but Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless, Gilbert Arenas, Aqib Talib, former Patriot, and Jay Gruden are starting a new show on Monday, September 1st called The Arena Gridiron. Joe Murray, are you in or out on a new Skip Bayless, Gilbert Arenas, Aqib Talib, Jay Gruden show?
In. Jay Gruden might give you nothing. Aqib Talib, I'm in. Like, come on now. Do you know what? I still have a photo of Aqib Talib after locking down some sort of tight end and having an interception. Do you remember when he sat on the bench with his legs crossed with making some sort of hand
Yes,
gesture?
the face too, yes.
I had that as a screensaver once. Might have been my MySpace days. I can't remember. But you remember it.
I remember.
Oh,
yes.
that was swag on
Very,
swole.
yes. Ice up, son. Ice up.
That's what it was. Ice up. The reason why is I think those guys could pop off on Skip.
Anything Aqib Talib I'm in on. Everyone else doesn't really do it for me.
I'm not a Gilbert Arenas guy, but you know what I will say? He's at least content. I don't know if it might not be good because he is controversial, right? But imagine Skip talking poker, gambling.
I want to hear how
guns.
they react to Skip's LeBron takes. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, but no, that's throwing something against the wall and seeing if it can work. The Gruden thing, I don't. Maybe it's to get back in the limelight.
It's Jay Gruden.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, does he do anything for anybody?
I mean, no, he does nothing for anybody. That's what I mean. He's just maybe the coach that they can be coach.
I'd rather hear from who's a little power lifter Gruden there. Deuce? Is it Deuce Gruden, the one
Deuce.
that's the strength and conditioning coach?
Do you know what my favorite Gruden is now? When he gets the boxes from the colleges.
He gets a box every day, it feels
he goes,
like.
Man, this guy's from UMass. He goes, they had a guy named Marcel Ship. And he just unloads all the shirts, and it's like, I want that whole collection.
He never has to buy clothes ever again. Just from this summer of packages he's gotten.
I said, just a hot take that I want to just keep. I said that the Patriots are going to miss out on a coach this year because nobody wants the coach here. And I said that they're somehow going to fall on Gruden. It's going to happen for somebody else next year. I think Gruden will be back. I really do. I really think he can coach football, dude. Maybe go to college.
Maybe
him and Foles.
There you go. All right, Joe, what are the movies for this next one? A new Knight Rider movie is in the works from the Cobra Kai creators. It is the script is in production now. Joe Murray, are you in or out on a new Knight Rider movie?
Is Hasselhoff in it?
I mean, maybe like a cameo late or something, but he can't be the guy.
Is he in it?
He's got to be like 70, right?
The Hoff?
How old is the Hoff?
Oh God, what do you think before Googling it?
I'm gonna say 70.
David Hasselhoff.
He is 73, Joe.
He still looks good. He's got a body, baby. I've also watched some really bad drunk videos of him. If he's in it, I'm in. You know what? I think Knight Rider could work. And have you ever watched Cobra Kai?
I've heard good things.
It actually, for a show on Netflix bringing back an old movie, it was pretty good. But no, like if I had to give it a 1 to 10, honestly, Skaz, I think it's a 7. It's like a solid 7 too. I did watch 2 seasons of it on an airplane, and then I don't know what happened with Johnny. So I never want to know what happens to Johnny. How about that? I want to keep the Johnny in my head that I left the show on. Also, I think that Johnny took Daniel's daughter's boyfriend on his Cobra Kai team. So Daniel LaRusso owns a car dealership, and his daughter was dating this dude who had some anger issues and is now with Cobra Kai. So I think maybe Danny LaRusso is going to have to fight Johnny for his daughter's freedom. But that's the show. You want to watch it?
I think I'm all set.
Next.
Quick update. Street Team Joe has checked in on Pickle Pepsi, he says.
Oh! So, shout out to Street Team Joe, who did say tonight he was going to Burnt Edges Pizza, which we've had how many times now, Skaz?
At least a handful.
I support them, but their grill is at the Moose Hall in Waltham. So I went to go see them last week. Oh, it's in the Moose Hall. There's a gigantic stuffed moose. Gigantic. At a bar. And you're like, yeah, I'm here to pick up some pizzas. And the bartender's like, yeah, let me go get them for you. And then they just come out of a door with pizza. But I will tell you, I think it's the best South Shore bar pie.
Not on the South Shore.
Not on the South Shore. But I think it can compete. You know why? Because he makes it with love. He puts his hand... He doesn't just make a pizza and pop it in the oven. He makes the pizza and watches it and keeps his eye on it and nurtures it. It's great pizza. I bet you Street Team Joe said it. I bet you he's going home right now, full as can be. And on Pickle Pepsi, you're right. He has texted me. Jake has been contacted by the 99 and Bill Ricca.
Love that. Love that. The Joe Murray Show's connections. The network.
Next.
All right, Joe, we'll stick with the movies with this one. Anthony Ippolito, I believe it's pronounced, has been cast as Sylvester Stallone in I Play Rocky. The film follows a young Sylvester Stallone and the dramatic journey it took to get Rocky made. Joe Murray, are we in or out on a, behind-the-scenes look at how Rocky got made? And this kid, I will say, just from the picture they have up here, he looks like a young Sylvester Stallone. It's in Slack if you need a reference.
Okay, let me just digest what you told me. Sylvester Stallone is in the movie.
I don't know that. This kid, Anthony Ippolito, has been cast as Sylvester Stallone in I Play Rocky.
I'm in. You know why? Because I've watched Rocky 5. If it's on, I watch it. There's certain movies I get Shawshanked, is the word that I call it. What's our intern's name again?
Mark.
He gave us the last name, and I asked him if he was Italian, and he said Portuguese. Mark, do you watch movies? Can you turn his mic on? Mark is in his first day here. He goes to Curry College. What is it, WMLN 91.5-ish?
All right. Yeah, what? 95,
is that
sorry.
Is that the name of the
95,
station?
91. Jesus, I'm sorry, boys.
Oh, you're nervous. I threw you on the spot.
Well, yeah, you had it right. Just WMLN.
Okay. What movie do you watch? What movie is there that when you just are watching TV and it comes on, you're like, I got to watch this?
I would say Longest Yard, Adam Sandler.
Not a bad one. Did you know it was a remake?
No, I didn't actually. But yeah, just something easy to process, not hard. I mean, you don't have to use too much brain. You can just sit down and enjoy it.
You don't need any energy. And it's a sports movie.
Yeah.
And they're convicts. And you feel for them because the guards are terrible.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of put you think you're going to root for the guards, but you end up on the side of the prisoners. I mean, just phenomenal movie all along.
And then Caretaker gets them jerseys
I think the characters in that movie are phenomenal. Just the writing, getting to know everybody, how a ragtag group comes in and beats the guards in a rigged game. I mean, it's just one of my favorite movies. I would say it's the best Adam Sandler movie.
He's got hot takes on his first day. One more there. Did you know that Burt Reynolds at the end of the movie, Burt Reynolds, the older guy, the old guy, the guy who came in at the end of the game, he was like the coach guy, old.
I'm thinking
won a
Burt
Heisman
Kreischer.
Trophy.
No, I didn't realize Burt Reynolds was coming in at the end.
Burt Reynolds was in the original movie. That's why he was in it.
Pay respects to the OG.
Yeah. But I did like the newest longest yard instead of the other longest yard.
I would agree with that.
Okay. And it's Mike? Say your name.
What's up? Sorry, I can't hear you. I don't have my headphones.
Rule number 1, bring headphones. How do I say your name?
Oh, Mark Kalita.
Mark Kalita of Curry College.
Did you call me Italian earlier?
No, I asked you if you were Italian and you told me you were Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where are you from again?
I'm from Lancaster, Mass.
And where is that?
Like Central Mass area, right below Leominster.
We don't
West
go
of
to
Marlboro, like 20 minutes.
Oh, have you been to Apex Entertainment?
All the time. That's all we got.
I'll be there next week. Our buddy George.
Big friends, yeah.
George.
Used to go there often.
Great food there. Well, thank you, Mark from Curry. I will never remember your last name. Now we got to come up with a nickname for you, Mark. Good job. Are you nervous? Don't be nervous.
Yeah, it threw me on. I didn't expect it.
Well, it's like, throwing a dog in the water to see if it can swim, right? Did you swim?
Drowned at the start, but we figured it out.
Yeah, it's like the Red Sox, right? Or like Drake May.
Yeah, there you go. Just like Drake May.
Good job, Mark. All right, what else do we have?
All right, Joe, you tossed these in there today. Rajon Rondo. I've seen this going around on Twitter. I haven't. The verification process of flag football rankings is tough, but multiple Twitter accounts have said that Rajon Rondo is the best quarterback in flag football right now. Joe Murray, are you in or out?
Before I give my take, I played flag football competitively. And again, I was over 320 pounds when I played. I played center and then would go out for snaps. That's 5-on-5. 5-on-5 is incredibly tough because there's certain rules. The quarterbacks can't run. There's a lot there. I've also played 8-on-8 when you have linemen, and I've been a lineman in that situation. And you can do blocks and things of that degree. If you have a skillful quarterback that can do multiple things like run, throw, pitch, you name it, is there anybody that's more equipped to be skilled in that category than Rajon Rondo, who's one of the smartest people on the court? Could he do it in the game? I'm going to say I'm in on this. This one, I'm super in. I think Rajon Rondo is a Hall of Fame talent that probably won't get there.
Yeah, he's maybe my favorite Celtic ever. Like, watching him play was the best. I loved Rondo.
Name a smarter Celtic that you can think of. Like actual intelligence.
Yeah, it would be like before my time. It would be like DJ or like Larry or someone like
Havlicek.
that. Like, yeah, but no, Rondo was the definition of a point guard, and that team needed him. Like, I understand he was a rookie. They brought Cassell in late in games, but he had a little edge. He had something. And Kevin Garnett has told the story where when Danny called him and said, we're trading for you, he said, don't send Rondo to Minnesota. I want that guy on the team. So
Doc Rivers said he was the smartest kid. He
used to throw, clipboards at each other.
But what I'm trying to say is, in hindsight, Skaz, was Doc Rivers right?
Yeah, of course. Maybe one of the few things he was right about.
That's the answer I was looking for. And I think he'd be, Scott, flag footballs, you got to be super athletic, smart. You don't just have to throw. You can pitch. You can do a lot of things. I think he probably is if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Plus, I think he knows how to go sideways to be a maneuver for the flag, because you also can't block people's hands. Hand guarding is what they call it. I think he'd be outstanding.
Well, Joe, while we're on the topic of the Celtics, I think, was it Bleacher Report? Somebody had the Mount Rushmore, the quarter-century Mount Rushmore, the last 25 years of each team in the NBA. The Celtics Mount Rushmore was Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum. Are you in or out on that being the Celtics Mount Rushmore for the last 25 years?
Well, let's talk it out for a second. Garnett, Pierce, Tatum, in. The only reason why I'm bringing up the discussion on Jaylen Brown was there someone else? besides him?
No.
Not Rondo?
No.
Not Ray Allen?
No. Jaylen Brown, Finals MVP. He's been here his whole career.
Not Kyrie, not...
Jaylen Brown is going to have a bigger Celtics legacy than Kevin Garnett.
Check me on this. Jaylen Brown or Isaiah Thomas?
Jaylen Brown, and it's not close.
Okay, so it's Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. I don't think it's even a debate, really.
But who is next?
I mean, it's a tough one.
It's probably, to me, dude, I think it's IT.
Ray Allen, IT. Al Horford has a sneaky spot, I think, He's been here for a long time. He's been a really good player.
It's Jaylen Brown. Who's next?
Yeah. I would say IT, Horford, Ray Allen are that next kind of wave.
Probably Ray Allen, because he's just...
won a title.
And he also broke the record for threes in a finals.
I think the only problem with Allen and even Garnett is their time as a Celtic was not nearly as long as some of these other guys.
Either was Isaiah Thomas, but did someone do... The reason why I bring up IT is, was there somebody who has done more in the amount of time? What, 3 years? What was IT? Dominant for 4 years?
If that, yeah, right around there.
Was there anyone who had that pace with the Celtics that... Because Kyrie didn't... Gordon Hayward, those guys didn't have that. Kemba Walker didn't have that. Last 25 years. Yeah.
It's Jaylen. It's not. He's Finals MVP.
I don't even know why we're discussing.
No.
Okay, next.
All right, Joe. This one I didn't really want to do tonight, but you requested it. Our good friends, Jordan Hudson and Bill Belichick, well, they're back. You can't escape them. They're filing for trademarks now. I want to make sure I pull this up because you put this in Slack.
Yes, there were
multiple
one
trademarks.
One was Gold Digger.
Yes.
Which the fact that Bill is even associating himself with that makes me vomit.
Yes.
Vomit. The other ones, though, out. So am I in or out? I'm out on this. They're now collaborating together on trademarks?
Yeah, the one that really bothered me was one of the ones they were looking to trademark was the Trail of Salty Tears, I believe. And, we don't do politics or anything like that, but the Trail of Tears was a real thing that happened that was pretty horrific if you do even the most minimal tip of the iceberg kind of reading on it. Gross, disgusting, maybe a little too strong, but... anytime you're trying to trademark something that's making light of a situation like that, that's a hard out for me. So, Jordan and Bill, maybe focus on the football team. Maybe focus on your real estate portfolio there. We don't need the Trail of Salty Tears trademark. I think that's in bad taste, to say the least.
Oh. So for those who are questioning my Isaiah Thomas versus the other four guys, just give me another name if you have one, please. Because I do a radio show. And so we have discussions about, right? I mean, if this was First Take, Skaz, we'd be really getting deep into the weeds. Marcus Morris's name would now, you know what I'm saying? Like it would start getting real ugly. But anyways, I just wanted to rep IT's 3 years in Boston were very good.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. I just don't think it was...
It's not Jaylen Brown level.
Yeah, no.
But I think, Skaz, in the long run, when we talk about Jaylen Brown, maybe he is kind of underestimated because you expected it from him, and Tatum was still superior, even though one was the MVP.
Yeah, Tatum is better at basketball than Jaylen Brown. I don't think that's...
But Jaylen Brown's still 20-something points a game, great defender, like all that. Sometimes I think it gets clouded. And it's probably how Scottie Pippen felt.
There you go. The most famous number 2 of all time.
Scottie Pippen or Jaylen Brown, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
All day long. Pippen was one of the best players I ever saw until Michael Jordan was no longer available. Man, you're right. That's a great topic. Best number 2 of all time.
I think it's Pippen.
Who would be?
Yeah, who else is even there?
Who are the others?
Shaq and Kobe? Like, is one of them maybe young Kobe's a number 2? And then it switches eventually, but yeah. Kobe and Powell.
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade's a great one. Yeah, Jaylen Brown's up there. I mean, he's not Scottie Pippen or Dwayne Wade, but he's up there.
Okay. Anything else tonight?
I believe that is going to wrap up a Wednesday night, I almost said Tuesday, a Wednesday night edition of In or Out. We don't know what day it is this week, Joe.
I don't even know. I said the Patriots were going to lose the NBA Finals or something a little while ago. It's okay. I told you. Next Tuesday, We're all in, baby. There it is, the music. So, Mark, were you in or out on any of those?
We're going to get him headphones during the break. They're in there. We're going to get him some headphones, and then he's going to be locked in.
So, rule number 1 about the Joe Show. Bring headphones. Should we do that? Should we, like a fight club?
Other than that, we don't really have many rules. I would say that's right up there.
There are no rules.
There are no rules. That's rule number
headphones.
2. Rule number 2, there are no rules.
And bring food when you have it. Is your mom, is your any?
He's on campus already.
Does he have any bakers in the family? The last intern, his mom made us cookies. And I begged for cookies.
I can try to cook, see what I can come up with within the dorms.
No, but more. Oh, no.
There's some dorm cookies.
We had a fire here yesterday. We can't have one at the dorm because I asked for brownies. You know what I mean? But just, around the holidays or something. Oh, well, you'll be here for the holidays? I don't even know how long these interns are here for.
It's usually three or 4 months, usually something like that.
Well, listen, I like brownies and cookies. And I like half moons.
I'm a big cookie skillet guy. I feel like that's underrated as a dessert at the restaurant. You get the cookie skillet.
Oh, the whipped cream on it.
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate. Well, everyone's laughing in chat from us having our conversations. Why don't we react to this Red Sox win, too? We'll do that next on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Zone. I'm getting a lot of number twos. Missed number 2 from Austin Powers, right? With Dr. Evil. And then I just got a DM, Antoine Walker.
No. He's not even close to the other guys. He's not even Jaylen Brown.
I'm just telling you what the DMs are. We know we have the 4. Who would be the 5th? You know, Sneaky Al, if it was on the list, I think I'd pass it. Like if it was like a piece of paper.
You'd give it the pass. You'd give it the check.
It had the 4 names I needed on there. But if it was like, that with Yuri Welsh, out. Or like Ryan Gomes of Providence.
You're not putting Jonas Jerebko on the list?
Or if someone put Kristaps Porzingis, I'd be like, no. Drew Holiday.
Marcus Smart.
Out!
I'm surprised we didn't get that one.
I would say talent-wise, Kyrie was the best guy they had.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Kemba or Hayward?
Ugh. Both disappointments. It's Al.
Okay, done.
Yeah, done.
Someone's trying to say Kyrie was a great number 2 to LeBron.
He was. Klay Thompson, a great number 2.
Great number 2. Great number 2.
Great.
You're at number 2. Speaking of number 2s, well, actually, he's number 3. Sedon Rafaela. Just to set up the moment one more time. Sox go up 1-0. Roman Anthony hits a home run. Bing, bop, boom, 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 bang, boom. Bop. I think I said it wrong. Anyways. Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. There you go. See, Mark gave me a heads up. 1-1 game. Bayo was firing. A little mistake in the outfield from Jaren Duran. Skaz even looked up the distances on who was closer to the ball.
I certainly didn't look it up. Let's see, who can we give credit to here?
I think we should give it to you.
Ian Brown, friend of the show, Ian Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Per StatCast, Duran had 101 feet to cover to make the catch, and Rafaela had 118 feet to go before it dropped between the two of them.
It was Duran's ball all day. It was kind of like Javon Baker not following through on a route. He just kind of stopped before the ball got to him. On him. And Rafaela was there, but it wasn't his ball. I understand when you grow up, when you play sports, generally the center fielder gets control. That was all Duran's ball. Even the camera narrowed in on Duran. But who made up? Who picked up the slack after Duran and others struck out with the bases loaded or runners on the corners? It was Sedon Rafaela tonight. And like this Aroldis Chapman things, guys. Are you going to ride it till the wheels fall off?
Well, that's the fear. And I'm kind of glad you asked the question because I almost brought this up the other night, but I didn't. I get accused of being a Debbie Downer at times, Joe. It's part of the gig, but Aroldis Chapman has been phenomenal this year. He's also 37 years old. You've asked an immense amount out of him to this point in the season. I don't want to say he falls off in the playoffs. I think that's too strong. But he is a guy who is not as dominant in the postseason. I mean, we remember watching the wild pitches he would have or the Rajai Davis home run. Like he's had some big moments go not his way in the postseason. So I'm not saying shut him down till the postseason or anything like that, but I do think the closer we get, he does need to be managed a little more closely. But tonight, I was all in favor of him being out there.
You mentioned the Rajai Davis home run. Buddy of mine's friends with Rajai Davis, like personally, and he was on FaceTime with him. I'm like, hey, that's the guy that hit the home run off Chapman in the World Series. So shout out. That's a flex. 52 innings with the Red Sox, 74 strikeouts, 1.04 ERA. This is the most dominant closer we have seen since Koji Uehara. How old was Koji back then? Koji had to be high 30s. What's Koji now? So 13 was Koji? Koji Uehara. Well, his son pops up when I Google him. Why, I don't know. Koji Uehara was born in the 70s. He's 50.
He was 38 in 2013, I believe. Similar. Different stuff,
I wouldn't go apples to oranges with those two. I think Koji had a little bit different stuff than Chapman. Did you see that thing I threw in Slack about the closers? Between Kenley Jansen and Aroldis Chapman, and I'm trying to think of who the other one was that they... Oh, was it William? No, was it Kimbrel? But someone did a poll about who was the best closer. Yeah, it was Kimbrel. Kimbrel has 440 career saves with a 2.58 ERA. Kenley Jansen has 470 saves with a 2.60. Chapman has 360 with a 2.53. The highest walk per 9, Chapman. Strikeout through 9. I say walk. Strikeouts through 9.
And just to emphasize this point, our good friend Tyler Milliken had this. Aroldis Chapman has not given up a hit or a run since July 23rd. 14 straight outings. Also, just a little Red Sox news. New guy, Nathaniel Lowe, is headed to paternity leave, and Rob Refschneider will be activated.
Congrats on the sex. Let's hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox 3-2 winners tonight on the arm of Brian Bayo and, of course, on the bat of Ceddanne Rafaela. 2-run homer.
I'm surprised that the station didn't promote this show more because
we did.
New England. Oh, you did? Oh, good. Good. Okay.
So just so you know, they do campaigns and it's the summer, so they back. You know what I'm saying? They hype it up like before the summer. You know what I mean? It's a campaign. Yeah. They didn't want to spend money during the time when people are on vacation. Do you get it?
Yeah, that's
we
awesome.
Promoted it,
hey,
though. We gave away giveaways and tickets, you name it, bro.
That's awesome. Hey, real quick, you ever been out to Marlboro?
Mark, is this a joke or yes? I'm
dead serious because I want to know what your food spots are.
Oh, well, first off, I go to Apex Entertainment, which is a friend of ours, but there's a Friendly's in the plaza, and there's a is it a Ben and Jerry's across the street?
There is.
There is. And then it's at a 99 at the top up there in the hill?
There is, but have you ever been to the Italian spot Linguini's?
I have not. There's another place called Fireflies Barbecue?
Yes.
Yeah, I know the owner passed away. Their kids are taking it over, but I've heard nothing but great things, man.
Okay, awesome ribs, awesome wings, but if you want a good Italian place, Linguini's, which is like just past the Apex complex, it's like just a little side restaurant. Yep. It's been there for years. I grew up playing hockey.
Yeah,
I did at Marlboro, and that place is like the only place that's been there for over 30 years. So.
Yeah, we do events. Ty Anderson did a big hockey thing recently at the. There was like 18 hockey games going on at once, or teams playing at once. But I'm going to be at. There's a new cannabis shop opening. Stay tuned to 985thesportshub.com, but I will be there in 2 Saturdays.
That sounds good. Maybe I'll come catch you out there.
You should come by. It's a grand opening of life's pleasure.
Good stuff, Joe. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
You shut your mic off?
I did. I don't know why.
I thought you were done.
Oh, you know what it was? I didn't hang up on him. He hung up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen that move before. Yeah, just a self-mute.
What band from the okay, Skaz, this is let's just 98, 99, 98 to 08. Is there a band you would want to see?
So like you're taking like Nirvana out of it. Like
98 they wouldn't have been around.
Exactly.
But,
yeah, that's what I'm at. Yeah. Like Pearl Jam, do they count? Like they're a 90s band, but early 90s.
It doesn't even have to be a rock band. Like was there somebody from 98 to 08 that I would have loved to see Eminem. I never did. But I don't like going to hip-hop shows because I don't know what to do. Like I went to Cypress Hill once, and I was like, all right, well, we're just going to smoke weed and sing.
I would have loved to see Outkast. I would have loved to see Outkast.
I would go see them right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That would get me out of my seat. Oh, wow, that's a good one, Skaz. Do you know who I kind of would have liked to see was Daft Punk?
Okay.
They're just someone that it's different.
A little funky, yeah.
It's different, right? And like, I feel like you'd get down on that. Get down on that. Oh my God, that sounded bad. But the best band I saw live, realistically, was Stone Temple Pilots. And Chris Cornell live singing was one of the I saw him at the what is it now? The hell they call it back in the day? It's House of Blues now. Well, what was it before? Oh my God, why am I forgetting the name? I saw all the bands, guess.
Like Nine Inch Nails.
I saw 9 Inch Nails, Stained, Deftones, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit. I saw Pearl Jam.
That Stained guys.
Aaron Lewis, he's a great singer. He went to
That's some hot takes this week. I'll say that.
Oh God, I don't get into that. He is from Western Mass. Did you know that?
I think I learned that because of a care package we got recently.
From an Aaron Lewis.
Yes, not the Aaron Lewis, but
I thought it was
Aaron
him.
Lewis.
But
yes.
I have met Aaron Lewis. We talked about Alice in Chains, and then he wrote a song called Lane. All right. We should get back on track, huh?
Nah. One more week of this.
Any more bands from the 90s? Are you Googling? I don't know if you have anything open in front of you.
Like the Beastie Boys. Would have loved to see them.
God, I would die to see them. But I mean, now I don't even know what they would be.
Like there's some that are still like touring, like Green Day, like Tool, like they still do shows.
Tool's unbelievable.
Like Rage, I think they still do shows.
Rage, and they were supposed to play at
Oasis is back.
Yeah.
Like REM, I don't know, like
Ooh.
Like Blur.
Oh, no. Out. But isn't the guy from Blur is the lead singer of Gorillaz, isn't he?
That I don't know.
It happens. I'm feeling good. That was a big song. Oh, you know who? Papa Roach. They were big at that time.
Give me like Blues Traveler. Go see their one hit, their two hits. Yeah.
Why you wanna give me the run around? And it shores bound bears beep beep up. That was like
Public Enemy.
You know who I'd die to see? Oh, Public Enemy. I saw Ice-T a couple of years ago, and dude, trust me, I know Ice-T more as an actor than I do a rapper. Okay, and he was a great rapper in the 90s.
I see him on our back TV on Law and Order here almost every day.
He's great on Law and Order. Is he still married to that girl?
Coco.
Coco. Yeah.
Yes, I met Ice-T and Coco once. Yes, I was younger, but yeah. I met them at the Golden Burrow Cafe in Ludlow, Colorado. Yeah, they were on their way to Aspen, I believe.
Aspen?
Yes. The Golden Burrow. Nice little spot.
Tell me about Coco. Did she have a dog with her?
I don't remember a dog.
Okay, I don't know this, but was she a porn star?
Joe, who am I to answer?
No, I don't know. I just know her as Ice-T's girlfriend or wife.
This is his partner.
I don't know. Okay, but like, what was she? Like, is she famous?
She was a lovely woman. That's what I'll tell you, Joe.
Does Mark know who we're even talking about?
No.
Just do a little Google on Coco Ice-T. She's very sweet.
Everybody loves the Coco, Joe. Everybody loves the Coco.
The Coco. All right. Wait, should we even do musings at this point? Yeah, let's do it. It's the last one before we get real. All right, everybody. This hour of the Sports Hub is brought to you by our good friends over at Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 50% off your next drive through oil change at Valvoline and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I have gotten so many responses off my singing in the last 20 minutes that I may not do it again. All right, we'll talk to you guys right after this.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray.
He went 6 2/3, had 6 strikeouts. Aroldis Chapman closed the door. Weiser got the win. Red Sox send Garrett Crochet to the mound tomorrow for the sweep against Baltimore. And the Patriots made a few more cuts today. Kendrick Bourne and Stefon Baker are out. Tommy DeVito, former Giants quarterback, in. Headlines, they are brought to you by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Come on, let's face it. Your summer barbecue, it's just training camp for tailgate season. And Patriots training camp is where the Sports Hub will be as the team gets ready for a new season with a new coach, Mike Vrabel. Keep it on the Sports Hub, and we'll keep you up to date with all things Patriots. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
You want a random take? Murray's got all sorts on stuff in the world unrelated to sports. So sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
All right, Murray's Musings.
It's agency, they call him.
My phone has been blowing up. I'm super excited and super grateful, is what Sean Stiletto said.
To you or just in general?
Our
acquaintance. Gotcha. Salem guy, I believe.
Yes, correct. Okay, during the break, I wanted to look up the top songs from 1992. How You Remind Me from Nickelback was #1. This is how you remind me. Ashanti Foolish was 2. Nelly Hot in Here was 3. Let's go back to Ice Cube. Thank you.
Seamless transition.
So I wrote a list, Skaz, of in or outs of bands I would want to see from 2002. Ludacris in.
So wait, 2002 now is where we're at.
Just 2000.
Okay. You said 92 at first.
I said 98 to 08.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. This was 2002.
Gotcha.
So I'm old then if I said 92. In Ludacris in. DMX in. Like, how did I not go to the Up in Smoke tour from Dr. Dre? With like Exhibit and Nate Dogg and Warren G and Eminem and Stoop.
Oh, Exhibit. I forgot about it. Pimp My Ride.
That's right. Jimmy Eat World in.
Classic.
Usher in.
Hot in Here.
No Doubt.
That's
in.
Nelly.
No, what would you say?
I said Hot in Here.
Usher was you.
Usher.
Got it, you
Confessions.
or the
Burn.
Yeah,
Lil Jon, Luda.
And LL Cool J is one of my favorites of all time. Like
Ladies love Cool James. I can't argue with that.
Please save that. Please. I need that. You know who I was out on? Puddle of Mud. Nelly Furtado.
Oh, what's her song there?
I'm like a bird.
I want to fly away.
Also out on Avril Lavigne. She had
out
the song
on Avril?
Complicated. She married Nickelback guy.
Chad Kroeger?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Why'd
Vanessa
you have
Carlton?
to make things so complicated? I love Vanessa Carlton.
1,000 miles.
In. Was she in Ted?
You're racking
No,
the
that's
brain.
Nora Jones.
Okay.
In on her as well. In on Jennifer Lopez. In on Ja Rule.
On J-Lo, Joe.
In.
The musician, I'm saying.
My love don't cost a thing. Waiting for tonight. Whoa. Who doesn't love? Are you Ellie?
Sheryl Crow, big in that time span, I feel like. She had some bangers, Joe.
Was picture of the I saw your picture today. I swear I changed my way. With Kid Rock, remember that song? Crowding every night from the hotel. Everyone knows, but they won't tell. Hated that song. Sheryl Crow, in. Kid Rock, out. But you know what? I would have gone to a Kid Rock concert. Tell me you wouldn't have gone to a Kid Rock concert.
You have the appropriate tattoo for a Kid Rock concert. I will say that.
No, I'm not going to show it tonight. But yes, I have a barbed wire tattoo. I got it in Mark. I was 17 years old in Montreal, Canada. After a night at the Lord Barry Hotel and the Dome. And all my friends were going to get tattoos. And I said, don't do it. You guys are idiots. And who got one? Me.
For Pamela.
The barbed wires were in, man.
Some tough news for Pamela. Not tough news for her, but did you see the Pamela Anderson, Liam Neeson story that came out today or yesterday?
No.
It was all fake, Joe. It was all fake. It was for PR. They were never dating. They were never together. It was just for the movie.
What about Tommy Lee?
That, Joe, I think we have video evidence. That one was real. Tough to argue with the facts on that one.
Well, anyways, the barbed wire was really big somewhere in the late 90s to 2000s. And again, I'm not a Godsmack fan. For anyone that had the Godsmack logo, I just want to remind you that it was drawn by Lane Staley of Alice in Chains. And the song, the name Godsmack was an Alice in Chains song. Can I roll my sleeve down now, or should I just
Joe,
go the whole show with it, baby? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who else was I out on?
I'm looking here. I see Kylie Minogue.
Out.
5 for Fighting.
Oh, Kylie Minogue had that Can't Get You Out of My Head song.
Missy Elliott.
In.
Bangers.
Craig David had that 7 Days song. Ooh, Leanne Rimes. Can't fight the moonlight deep in my heart. All right. I'll stop.
Brandy.
Oh, The Boy Is Mine. I loved Brandy. She had her own TV show.
Did you ever see Boys to Men, Joe?
Never saw them live, but Skaz, if you really, really, really want to pull the heartstrings tonight, if you played the song Hey Lover by Boys to Men and LL Cool J, bro, that was a banger in 1996. How old? No, Mark must be looking at me like I'm an old man. Turn his mic on. Do I sound like an old man?
No, I'm keeping up. My favorite era is grunge rock.
Who's your favorite band?
Stone Temple Pilots.
What's your favorite song? By them.
I would say Plush. I know it's kind of basic, but
and I feel.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Gets the people going.
I like Cracker Man.
I just like that. What is it? The whole Purple album. I think every single song
flies
on that album
in
is
the Vaseline. We are. Yep, I know. Thank you. I'm glad you love Stone Temple Pilot. You're welcome on the show. What are we going to do here? Oh, Hooters.
It all comes back to Hooters.
So have you told Mark where I first met you?
The first time I ever met Joe Murray was at a Hooters.
True story.
That's true.
In Dedham.
In Dedham, yes. Legacy Place.
So a longtime staple on the Kentucky side of the Ohio River got a final send-off after closing its doors for good. Earlier this summer, Hooters in Newport, Kentucky closed its doors for good. Some onlookers got a final look as the restaurant was loaded onto a barge and floated down the Ohio River.
It's like a Viking funeral for a Hooters.
The restaurant, along with the beer cellar and JB Finn's, were all taken down the river, which is another STP song called Sell Me Down the River.
I hope they had like Sarah McLachlan playing in the background as the Hooters was floating down the river.
Chain restaurants are in a crisis. Denny's is closing. Boston Market is closed. TGIF Fridays went bankrupt. Red Lobster says they're doing fine now, but they're holding on for dear life. Our beloved chain restaurants that we love, they're disappearing, and it's impacting our lives in drastic ways. Seeing a Hooters float away down a river is a sad visual.
I mean, who can argue with that, Joe?
When I saw this story, I had to save it.
What would be the saddest restaurant to see floating down a river?
Imagine Kowloon getting lifted.
There is a boat in there, isn't there?
Well, inside.
Yeah. Keep it afloat for a while.
No, if Kowloon got put on like a
barge.
Yeah, and just floated down Route 1 and just somehow got elevated on the Tobin Bridge down to the water and just did one final tour. Or went to the Charles.
The streets would be lined with people.
It'd be like the Red Sox just won the World Series. What else, though? What would be another one?
I mean, I don't even want to really utter the words, but if the 99 ever went that route, I would shed some tears. I know our beloved Tyler Milliken would feel the same way. That's a staple.
I need to think about that one. So, years ago, dude, down the Cape, there was it was the only strip club down the Cape. It's called Zachary's.
Yeah, not the best name for a strip club.
I don't think there's entertainment down the Cape anymore. Or on the Cape.
Well, sounds like a business opportunity.
Do you see what I'm saying? Now, let me ask you this. If you're on Cape Cod, not much going on after 9 o'clock, Skis. There's a couple of blue hair bars, with the... But I mean... Do you think that...
Not really my crowd, but I understand.
Do you think that a gentleman's club could last... You got to put it in mid-Cape.
It'd be seasonal. Seasonal
it's got to be in
gentleman's
Hyannis.
club, that's tough.
Sorry,
that's a tough sell.
It's got to be in Hyannis, right? Because, a lot of foot traffic there, and it's kind of, I don't want to call it grimy, but I don't want people in Hyannis getting upset with me about my comment. People, Zachary's, it was a staple.
Joe, I've just put something in Slack that my brother just texted me something. He said, look up the McBarge, a McDonald's that was on a river.
Wow. Can I get a little dinghy and, row to it?
Oh, by the end of March 2025, the McBarge has partially sunk into the Fraser River.
No!
You don't want to see that. And somewhat recently as well. It was the second floating McDonald's location in the world, intended to showcase future technology and architecture. I don't know how long that lasted.
The McBarge? Where did your brother find this?
That's what I want to know.
British Columbia, huh? 1986. Never actually used for anything. It was drifting from the owner to owner for 30 years.
That's sad. If you're just seeing a McDonald's,
the golden arches just floating
out in the
when's
sea?
it gonna tip over, man?
That's sad. I wonder if the ice cream machine worked in that one.
Oh no! You know what's funny? Okay, I am a city kid. I never owned a boat, but I knew people who owned boats. You ever do boating, guys? You ever no? I'm not talking.
My dad has a small boat,
not like a dinghy or like a fishing boat. I'm talking like one of those boats that people go out in and it's speed and you can pull up to a dock kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Like once or twice. I'm not a big ocean guy. I'll be honest with you.
So I've been on one only in New Hampshire though. Okay. So I've gone from Portsmouth, New Hampshire on a boat to Newburyport, but there's legit restaurants made just for people that are getting off a boat and you go up a ramp and right to a restaurant.
I've done that. I think it's New Bedford or something. I forget the name of it, but I've done that one once or twice.
There is one in Lynn. It's closed right now. It's being remodeled, but it's called Linnapasaki. And there's a Lynn lake and people get on their boat and there's a ramp that goes right into the... But again, I never knew of this. So again, because I'm a city kid who would never know about boats and docking boats and you get those little pillows so it doesn't damage the... I know nothing. I would never be a seaman. I would never be good at me in the water on a fast boat. I'm fish food, baby.
Yeah, I'm a dry land guy.
Yeah.
Give me a lake.
What else? Is that it?
You had something. Was it Buffalo Wild Wings? You had something else here, I believe. Or Starbucks?
Well, there's some new menus out there. I have to dig that up right now. Where is my? Yeah, so there's a new Buffalo Wild Wings and Starbucks menu that I think we should revisit. Lift Shots is still here. The Pick 6 deal is back at Buffalo Wild Wings for football season and now includes the new spicy chicken dippers. Have you ever had a spicy chicken dipper?
I don't know if I have. My interest is piqued, though.
Here it is. We're Street Team Joe for this one. Buffalo Wild Wings, Pick 6. 2 entrees, 2 sides, 2 drinks, $19.99. Now, Chili's has the appetizer, entree, drink, $10. That's some college kid living right there. So what would my 2 entrees be? Have you ever had a burger at Buffalo? Would you ever get a burger at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Feels almost sacrilegious.
No.
Like you're there to eat wings.
I'll get wings and a chicken sandwich. How about that?
Done.
My sides would be French fries. Is it onion rings? Mac and cheese? What would my 2 drinks be? Can I get an iced tea and a lemonade?
You're double drinking.
$19.99, baby. Where's the guy who called in earlier? And then Starbucks has a new fall menu, which began yesterday, Skaz. The pumpkin spice latte, the iced pumpkin spice latte, the pumpkin cream cold brew, the iced pumpkin cream chai, the iced tiramisu latte. That's got to be $20. They make a espresso martini at Starbucks. The pecan oatmeal cortado. The coffee hazelnut brioche.
Are you in or out on fall menus already being out?
I'm in because, well, Jake said he got one
Jake
today.
was already there, yeah. Summer's over. It's over.
When is your first apple cider donut?
I'm trying to get like mid-September.
Would it be this weekend?
No. Too early for me.
Me either. I'm getting lobster rolls. I don't know. I'm going to try. I've been trying to get over to Joe Fish because they have that big kahuna.
Who can say no to a big kahuna?
The 99 also has the colossal lobster roll. I might have to get another fried clam in me. Summer's ending, bro.
It's over.
Do you fry clam in September?
After Labor Day? I don't think so.
Like, I might have to get more chowder in me. Anyways. Birthdays today. Where are we at? Let's start it off with Chandra Wilson, 56 years old today. Sarah Chalk, 49. Aaron Paul, 47. I didn't think he was older than me. I loved Breaking Bad. Amanda Fuller is 41 years old. And Alexa Pena Vega, 37. Jim Tomey, Downtown Julie Brown, and Lyndon B. Johnson, the 36th U.S. president. Anyone else, guess?
It is the great Bernard Langer's 68th birthday today. It is Brianna Stewart's 31st birthday today. Franz Wagner's birthday today. See if I see anybody else here. Not as good as yesterday. Yesterday was kind of loaded.
Happy birthday to Paul Rubens, who played Pee Wee Herman.
R.I.P.
If you have not seen the Pee Wee Herman documentary, I highly suggest it.
It was good.
It was very good. Oh, you saw it? Okay, great.
Yeah, I liked it.
The Great Khali, one of the a great WWE champion. He was in The Longest Yard. He was the guy that would...
He's playing ping pong, right?
Yeah, he played ping pong. And then, remember, he just wanted to go after the guard, and he didn't block?
Yes.
He played fullback.
That's a big fullback.
The Great Khali played fullback.
Someone else we mentioned earlier in the show, Joe, it is Eric Bobo Korea's birthday today from the Beastie Boys.
Oh. Love that. Cesar Millan, 56.
The dog guy?
Yeah, I have a friend who went to one of his dog shows at the Lynn Auditorium once. Would you go to a dog show from Cesar Millan?
No.
Okay. No?
What is that going to do for me?
Happy birthday to Mace, the rapper. Oh, Mace, be the one, want to see you doing good. I don't want to get rich, leave you in the hood. Girl, in my eyes, you the baddest. Reason you don't love me, because my status. That was Mace, remember? Don't push me. Well, I don't want to sing the other part because is he a number 2?
A lot of number 2 talk.
That's all I got, guys, for musings tonight.
That's it.
All right. Well, the Patriots cutting people. The Red Sox are winning games. We'll talk all about it coming up here on the other side. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
And now every
Keep the Heads Ringing from Dr. Dre was out. Or like, whole lot of mercy, mercy, mercy. I'm trying to think of other songs from 1995. He was just intern Mark was just a glimmer and a thought in the eye in 1995. 1995 songs. The show has gone off the rails, everybody. Coolio's Gangster's Paradise.
You beat me to
Been
it.
spending most of our lives.
You Ought to Know. Alanis Morissette.
Oh,
banger.
Jagged Little Pill, dude.
Fake Plastic Trees.
Did you see what number 2 and 3 were? There was a tie. And it was TLC. Both songs. So I creep. Yeah. And then Waterfalls. Don't go. That's still a banger. You hear Waterfalls, they blank out Lisa Left Eyes. She had a good rap. She was, well, you know how there's like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Is she number 2?
Yeah, because T-Boz was the 1. Chili's the 3. Chili, I believe, was with Usher, and he wrote "You Got It Bad About Her." I think.
I'm looking at the Billboard year-end Hot 100 singles of 95. Most of these I've at least heard of. There's a song called Another Night by Real McCoy. I don't think I've ever heard that song in my life.
Another night, another dream, another way to be. It's like a vision of love who seems to be true. Another night, another. Yeah, that was like when like. Burn, 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 burn. Yeah.
Runaround, number 14 that year.
Why you want to give me the run around? So this is Wheelhouse Joe.
There's some Shaggy in there.
Was Shaggy bombastic?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Bombastic, romantic, fantastic, blah, blah. Shaggy.
Let Her Cry.
Oh, Hootie. I didn't even drop a Hootie in there tonight. Where's Seal? Seal in here?
Oh, Seal is number 4, Kiss from a Rose.
There's so much I can tell you, so much you can say. My power, my pleasure, my fame, baby. That was a Batman song. That was in the movie Batman.
A banger at number 10, too. Montel Jordan. This is how we do it.
This is how we do it. It's still a banger.
Still.
When did Return of the Mac come out? 98? Because Montel was Once Upon a Time in 94.
Released March 4th, 1996.
Oh, right next year. So those were all. So you got This Is How We Do It. And what was the song I just asked for? Mac. Return of the
Mac.
You got those in back-to-back summers? I'm telling you, Skaz, that was the era, bro. I've been told that summer still has 26 more days.
There's some Sophie B. Hawkins in there as well. Is that your Jimmy Butler there? Is that the...
Is it Damn I Wish I Was Your Lover?
It's not that song, but it's As I Lay Me Down.
That one doesn't... Maybe I need to hear that one. There's got to be more Boys to Men in there, right? On Bended Knee has to be on that list.
That one's on there.
That's probably going to be top 5, right?
Let me see.
Oh,
that is number 5.
What about Mariah Carey? Fantasy? Sweet, sweet fantasy baby?
There's some Melissa Etheridge.
Oh, is it Come to My Window?
I'm the Only One.
'Cause I'm the only one was about to bear to you.
Sophie B.
It's not as raunchy as Damn I Hate That Jimmy Butler, but, you know.
There's some Jodeci in here. 95, good year.
Ooh, Jodeci, Come and Talk to Me, Jodeci?
Freaking You.
Freaking You. Okay, wait, hang on. Freaking You. I want to get freaky with you. Yeah, that had to be that song, right? I think that's it. Jodeci had a lot of good hits. They also had Lately, and then they had, later on it was Casey and JoJo with All My Life and all that. Remember? All My Life. Freaking You. Why can't I remember that? Where's Wallach right now? I don't know if we can play.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at the lyrics. It's nothing too over the top, but it's an aggressive
Is there
song.
a Silk Freak Me Baby on there? Our intern Mark is looking at me like I am an old man.
There's a freak like me in there from Adina Howard.
Whole lot of mercy, because I can be a freak until... That was from the movie Bad Boys. That's why the song was a hit. It was a summer hit, because I can be a freak until the day. Yeah, that was a banger. Candy coated rain, candy rain, candy coated rain. Why am I got? Is it Candy Rain or Candy Coated Raindrops?
Candy Rain by Soul for Real,
Yes.
number 25.
Yes, there we go. That was one.
There is some Sheryl Crow, Strong Enough, 95.
Oh, Tupac's got to be on there. Which one? Dear Mama? All Eyes on Me would have been no. That would have been 98. No, what was All Eyes on Me?
Dear Mama, number 51, 1995.
We all appreciate it. Was Dre's Keep Your Head Ringing on there? If Tupac's on there, Dre's got to be on there.
Notorious B.I.G. is on there. One More Chance.
First things first.
Water Runs Dry, Boys to Men is on there.
Let's not wait till the water. Man, these were bangers. Oh, Skilo. It's got to be on here. The whole I Wish.
I Wish, number 58.
Who else was a part of that era?
Naughty by Nature, Feel Me Flow.
Feel Me Flow. That's a good beat. We should drop that in the playlist. Any like Whoop, There It Is, or Tootsie Roll, or
First of the Month.
That was the first Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yep.
That's when Eazy-E found them. I don't know if you know that story at all. It's actually in the movie Straight Outta Compton.
Number 100 that year, Joe. Can't Stop Loving You, Van Halen.
1990. That had to be.
Must have been like it was in a movie or something, maybe.
Sammy Hagar, probably.
There you go.
Run away. There were other people like
Backstreet. Oh no, I'm sorry. Blackstreet. Before I Let You Go.
That was before No Diggity. Before I Let You Go. Before I Let You. That was a good song. That I remember that. I'm sure. I'm thinking of bands like Immature. Oh, Tom Petty. You Don't Know How It Feels had to be that year.
Number 61.
That's too low.
Too low.
You Don't Know How It Feels is it a top 10 Tom Petty song? I think we might need some of that music right now. He plays the harmonica and everything. He plays the guitar, the harmonica, and sings, and then tells you to roll another joint.
Show Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, you don't know how it feels to be the Red Sox to be trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth, top of the ninth inning, after having the runners on the corners and you couldn't get them home in a 2-1 game. So you know what Cedon Rafaela said? He said, "Hold my beer," is what he said. Headlines.
It sounds familiar.
We can't play that, Skaz. Don't look for it. The 98 mile is no more.
Some great content. You really enjoyed that.
There was one. I can't even say it. Oh, Felger had a good one. Never asked me. I never even made the cake when they had the anniversary years ago.
You're in the legal ID now, Joe.
That's true. You got to. When they say all the names, they say me. All right, Skaz. Well, really, I know that summer really doesn't end until September 21st, but it's over, everybody. It's over. We didn't do Songs of Summer, Skaz, but that was a 30 years ago, Songs of Summer.
I know we had an odd summer at night. You know, we weren't. It was all over the place. Maybe Patriots bye week. We'll do some anniversary. We'll figure it out. We'll give the people something.
I did look up what the song of the summer was.
Not very good.
I don't like the song.
No.
It's ordinary. Ordinary.
I didn't know the song when you sent it to me.
I've only heard it like walking through Five Below.
Market Basket, yeah.
I don't even. What's the guy's name?
It was like Warren something,
yeah.
or
and then I know the other song by the girl that sings Espresso,
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, Joe Espresso,
friend of the show.
I feel like we should close out the show with Joe Espresso, or I don't know, Taylor Swift because she got engaged. Like I don't know. Are you a Swiftie, Mark?
Kind of. I got two younger sisters. So
are you happy she's engaged?
Only because I got Travis Kelce on my fantasy team, so he better be putting up some points to impress her before the wedding.
I think he'll regress.
I think he's done after this year.
My hot take has been the Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs. Riche Rice today, 6-game suspension. That's going to help, Skaz. It's going to help. What else? Anything else from the summer? What was the highlight of the summer, Skaz? I don't even know. Like I would need time to think about it.
Honestly, like, are we talking Boston sports or like Roman Anthony is the highlight of the summer? Let me go to my 2025 drops. Let's see what we got here. I mean, what are they doing?
What are you doing is probably at least the most recent.
This one gave me a good laugh.
On something called the Maharlika Filipinas Basketball League.
Filipinas.
That one gave me a good chuckle.
What else? I'm trying to think of what else did we do this summer?
Are you joking?
No, I'm fat. So you just have a whole bunch of clips just saved from the summer.
Sorry, I was pulling out. I didn't of a parking lot for the record.
Ooh! I had a wet experience recently. When I don't know what to say, I go because I don't want to say what I want to say. I noticed that about myself. What does somebody in the chat think? What was that?
I'm not trying to put stuff in my butt and drink it. I'm saying if you got to do something to get it in, you do it.
I think the guy who put the nips in his butt might have been it.
We may have found the winner there at the end.
Oh, poop in my pants.
Yes, also, yep.
All right. We got to go. I'll be on the mornings in for Fred. Tomorrow's your last night's guess, and then you're on Friday with Felger.
You got it.
I don't want to taste my butt. Me either. Well, this hour of the Sports Hub has been brought to you by our good friends over at Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 50% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. Prince Humperdinck, thank you for that. Intern Mark, nice job, buddy. We're putting you to work this fall. For James Scaramuzzino, I'm Joe Murray. Talk to you guys soon.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.